You know that Sean says success leaves clues, make part twos. And you did that with so many of your videos, including this apartment video here inside
Yes.
my $1,500 apartment. Okay, reverse 3 months. It got 3,600 views. Amazing. So you made a part two and it's already at 51,000 in 11 days, which is insane, Rainey. I'm so excited for you.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. I love that. I'm so glad that you're taking time to continue learning too, because that's such a huge part, because YouTube is always changing. You know, the core principles and foundations of VRA stand true, and we still use them today. What is inside of VRA Foundations, and this is inside VRA Masters. Success leaves clues, make part twos. When a video does well, what else does that person want to watch? Well, probably a part two to that, which is exactly this video here.
Subscribers don't guarantee views anymore. Every video has to win on its own merits now. You don't get entitled to views just because you have a subscription base. That's the environment that we're in. Information overload is paralyzing creators. 20 million videos are uploaded to YouTube every day. The truth is, we have to look at the staggering numbers of content that's out there. A lot of that's noise. Actually, a lot of that is mediocrity. So we have to have strategies to rise above the noise. And so we got to find a way to stand out. And so therefore, being different isn't optional, it's survival. One of the biggest threats for content creators and entrepreneurs doing content is not measuring what matters. So do we want to get a lot of views? Of course. Do we want to get subscribers still? Yes, subscribers do still matter, but the wrong scoreboard will kill your business. We need to know those metrics that actually matter. And so here's the 3 shifts to win on YouTube going into 2026. Number 1, master video packaging or get ignored. What is video packaging? Here's the equation. It's your topic, title, thumbnail, and hook, and that's your first 30 seconds of trust. Number 2, income can still be up even if views are down. Here's what's important. We want to get the right views, not just more views. What business are you building? What idea are you going to get at this mastermind for the next thing you create, so that if views go down, your income could still go up? And then the final shift is your personal brand is the only differentiator left. And I put out videos like this, kind of a weird video, 3 YouTube tips from the Bible that will work for every creator. Super weird, but just authentic to me. And so ultimately, I didn't listen to the people that warned me, and what I lost in passive followers, I gained in deep connection. Master video packaging or get ignored. Your personal brand is the only thing that can't be copied in a world of AI and in a world of 20 million uploads a day. And income can still go up even if your views are down.
I think it took 2 days to hit 500 subscribers. I had 1,000 subscribers within 2 weeks, and so I was monetized in basically a month. I think this is the third YouTube channel that I've started. I started one many years ago with in the Make Money Online. I kind of fell for the fake it till you make it gurus, and I faked it until I faked it and failed. I got on YouTube and started looking for teachers. The more I saw Sean's videos, his style of how to do a YouTube channel lined up more with the way I felt. He was more find something that you can do, something that you enjoy, something that you can teach people. You know, your channel may grow slowly, but it's going to be a long-term investment. I think it was November when I actually joined VRA. I went through all the foundations, basically followed the workbook, outlined the videos the way he said outline them. And the last 4 videos I posted hit 400 views, 4,000 views. I think I got one at 8,000, and I think one just crossed 9,000 this morning.
Yeah, it crossed 10,000. I can see it right now. It says 10K views from 3 days ago.
You just got to press the record button. Full transparency, just be honest with your videos, let your emotions show through, record it and get it out.
Yeah, you know, one of the biggest things I see people do is overthinking, right? Like, you gotta just press record. You gotta punch fear in the face, punch perfectionism in the face, and press record. Hello and welcome to this free deep dive YouTube training class. Have you ever wondered what is the fastest and most practical path to going full-time on YouTube? And specifically, what are some of the most practical and best ways to make money with YouTube, even if you have a small channel today? Our topic is actually the one strategy that is currently generating over 184,000 views per day. And I'm going to be going through how I make over $100,000 per month from those views without YouTube AdSense. But I'm also going to be talking about examples of brand new channels, even channels that have started in the last 2 months that have been breaking out in some of those new strategies. We're going to be covering the 20 different best ways to be making money on YouTube right now. And we've got some new stats and some important information for you to know. This is going to be a fun class. So if you're here live, shout me out where you're watching from. My name is Sean Cannell. If we're just meeting, my passion is to help you build a profitable YouTube channel. And we're going to dive into this training. So block out some time, shut out some distractions. But there are a few announcements before we get into the core teaching. And I want to pass it over to our Director of Customer Success and Client Success, Logan, for a few announcements before we dive in. Take it away, Logan.
Thank you, Sean. Welcome in. We are so excited that you are here today. If you are currently viewing this video on a watch page, meaning you're not on YouTube yet, you're going to want to make sure that you are. So what you can do is you can hover your mouse over your screen. You're going to click through to YouTube. This is going to make sure that you can engage in the live chat that is happening. You can ask your YouTube questions. We're going to be doing some YouTube Q&A at the end of the session today. So be sure to stick around and be sure that you are over on YouTube. Another reason you want to make sure that you are clicked through to YouTube from that watch page is we have an epic giveaway that we're going to be doing today. And here's just a little sneak peek of what that is. We've got this Hollyland Lyra webcam. We're going to be giving away a Hollyland Lark mic, as well as you'll see in just a moment here, some light panels. So you're going to receive, one winner is going to receive a full live streaming kit. And how you're actually going to participate in this giveaway and to enter the giveaway is you're going to want to make sure you can access the YouTube chat that is happening right now on this live stream. And kind of towards the end of Sean's training today, I will ask you a question in the chat, and how you enter to win this incredible live stream kit is going to be through answering the question in the live chat. So you're going to want to make sure that you are clicked through over to YouTube. Again, ask your YouTube questions in the chat. We would love to hang out with you after the session and get to as many of those as possible. And my last announcement is, if you have not yet signed up for this class today, you can head over to tubemasterclass.com. We're going to be emailing out a free action guide as well. So if you're interested in that, again, tubemasterclass.com. Sean, with that being said, I am going to pass it back over to you so we can get right into your training today.
Thanks so much, Logan. All right. If you are ready, shout me out where you're watching from in the world. And I just want to shout you out. Good to see you, Wiser Financially in Detroit. We got Texas in the house. We've got Rio for Life. Good to see you, Sparkling Life Coach. Hey, how's it going? What are you sipping on? What are you drinking? I've got my coffee going still, second cup of the day, with my dad jokes served fresh daily. You know what it is, and a little bit of creatine and colostrum. That's true. But good to see you in NorCal. We got Dallas, Fort Worth. We got Sweden, sipping on some water. Smart hydration, smart. We got Tennessee and Rwanda in the house. Amazing. Well, listen, it's going to be a fun class, and it's great to see you. It's great to see a lot of our community, some of our already VRA students, maybe some new people. And if you've actually been a part of our community for a while, or a subscriber to the Think Media podcast channel, smash like, because we're going to get into a great training today. And so I see Missouri in the house. We got Ontario in the house. Kenya, Africa, thanks so much for being here. England, thanks for tapping in from different time zones. Let me know what time it is where you're watching. But I really want to honor your time. And so going to give you a ton of value. I'm going to start a little clock for myself to really make sure I'm packing the value per minute for you. Montana, good to see you. New here. Hey, thanks for being here, Barbara. This is going to be a fun class. Texas, Kelly, thanks for being here. It's going to be a powerful class. We love real estate agents. We love all kinds of channels, but we do a lot of stuff helping realtors increase their transactions with YouTube. 10 p.m. in Rwanda, thanks. But the real shout out, anybody in like the middle of the night, New York City, good to see you. Anybody, we got a lot of Texas showing up strong. Good to see you. The journey and the process. All right, listen, we got to dive in. And so grab a journal, grab something to write with, because it's going to be a power-packed class. Hey, let me ask you a question. Have you ever wondered what is the most practical path to going full-time on YouTube? Because today I want to dive into a deep dive class about the one strategy that's currently generating over 184,000 views per day, and how I make over 100,000 dollars per month from those views without YouTube AdSense. Now, I'm not saying those results are typical or anything's guaranteed, but you're going to be learning the exact strategy. So whether you're starting from scratch or whether you're wanting to scale your channel, we're going to be covering 3 specific tips. We're going to be covering 20 different ways to make money with YouTube. And it's going to be a power-packed training. But let's start with this. Imagine every YouTube video you post keeps working for you, bringing in views and income every single day, even while you sleep. Would that be incredible? To illustrate, I promised the title of this class that, we're getting like over 180,000 views per day. You might say, Sean, where are those numbers coming from? Well, if we look at our channel called Think Media, in the last 48 hours, that channel generated 368,000 views. Okay. Well, that's 2 days. So if we cut that down to 1 day, that's 184,438 views in just 24 hours. That's crazy, in just 1 day. To put that in perspective, let's look at the Icon of the Seas, one of the largest cruise ships ever built. Have you ever been on a cruise? Well, this massive vessel can hold 7,600 people, which is already mind-boggling on its own. So if you think about the daily viewers on my YouTube channel, the wild part is the amount of people could fill 24 of these enormous ships with people, completely packed from deck to deck. That's 184,000 views every single day. But the most amazing part is these views don't come from viral hits or trending videos. They come from what we call ranked videos. Now, this is important Because you might be thinking, well, good for you, Sean, you're getting all these views. Well, you can too, because we're going to be breaking down a system and tips for how to rank videos. But you might be like, well, what exactly is a ranked video? Well, here's the key. If you can get your video to show up when people search on YouTube, or a much more 2026 thing, if you can get your video to be recommended by YouTube so that it keeps getting views, not just the day you post it, but for weeks, months, and years to come into the future, that's what a ranked video is. In fact, let me tell you a quick story. I made a video 10 years ago called Verismo Pods Cheap. Verismo is a Starbucks coffee maker, kind of like a Keurig. And then the title was Do CBTL Pods Work in a Starbucks Verismo? So, you know, when like somebody would type that very specific question in, my video would come up. Well, here's the thing. That video got 164,000 views. And the story's kind of crazy because this was actually a coffee maker that was given to me as a gift. And then I quickly realized that that's a nice gift, but the pods for it, like the Starbucks pods, cost just as much as the coffee in the store did. So I was like, well, I'm not really saving money. But then one day I visited a friend and she was using different pods. She was using these coffee bean tea leaf pods in her coffee machine. And my point is, something from my everyday life inspired me to make a video. And in this training, you're going to be thinking about some of those things, from whether you already know your niche or whether you don't know your niche yet, or whether you're a business owner that wants leads. So I got this idea though to make a video. Well, I posted that video after I learned that, sure enough, these pods that I could get on Amazon for much cheaper, that actually had a better variety of coffee, worked. And then I thought about, well, if that's like a problem I have, turns out I did some research and it was like people were look like, do CBTL pods work in a Starbucks Verismo? And, you know, fast forward to today, that got 164,000 views. And not only that, I've made thousands of dollars from this video through one of the 20 strategies we're going to be talking about. And this video continues to get views year after year. So could you see how having ranked videos could give you predictable views instead of chasing viral luck? And now imagine if you're a business owner, right? So one of our clients, I text him, how's YouTube going? He does real estate. And he said, we've had multiple very high quality leads. I've had at least 8 appointments in the last 30 days. So this was from a client named Anton. And because of ranked videos, and here's the thing too, Anton doesn't need 188,000 views, a day. He needs like 18 views, because if he's getting the right people, it leads to customers in his business. And so whether you're a creator that's wanting to build a side income and go full-time on YouTube, or a business owner, we're going to be diving into how to do this. But let's first get clear on why YouTube and why now. So why YouTube? Well, the audience is massive. Right now, YouTube has 2.7 billion monthly active users on the platform. It can feel overwhelming. It could feel like competition is fierce, and it is. But when you start to realize how big the world is, how many people there is enough opportunity for everybody. There truly is, especially when you have the right strategies. And right now, over 1 billion hours are watched daily on YouTube. And YouTube is the #1 most used platform in the world. That's crazy. But here's an article from Entrepreneur I recently read. YouTube makes more ad revenue than NBCU, Disney, Paramount, and WDB put together. Like the 4 biggest competitors to YouTube, YouTube is bigger as a media company. They said YouTube is the new king of all media. And what's wild is it's free to use. The biggest media platform in the world is free to use. And the demand for good content is skyrocketing right now. If you're making the right videos, you can absolutely grow. Now, YouTube's also available in 100+ countries around the world and across 80 different languages. So if you have a channel and you're speaking English, awesome. If you have a channel that's in another language, awesome. It is an international opportunity. And YouTube is the best platform for earning money from home. At YouTube's 20th anniversary, basically birthday party, they revealed that YouTube has paid creators over $100 billion in the last 4 years. That is dollars going into creators' pockets directly from YouTube, like once your channel gets monetized. What's crazy though, is that, again, towards the end of this training, we're talking about 20 different ways to make money on YouTube. And only one of those is YouTube ad revenue. And so that is a massive amount of money. But when you look at the other opportunities, they can stack like crazy. In fact, that's why this is what's happening in the creator economy. Now, the creator economy is kind of a new term. Like, what even is the creator economy? But like, the creator economy is like this new idea of people like you and I that are starting these at-home businesses or building personal brands. It's entrepreneurs that are becoming content creators and content creators that are becoming entrepreneurs. And if you look at the growth curve over the next 7 years, it's going to explode. In fact, the creator economy is projected to grow 4x by 2032, reaching over $848 billion worldwide. So YouTube is healthy, growing, and it's the most profitable platform to establish your brand on right now. So in this training, we're going to be talking about the exact strategy I use to go from 0 to 4 YouTube play buttons, your step-by-step path to YouTube growth in 2026, the 3 biggest YouTube mistakes to avoid, and then 20 ways to make money on YouTube, even if you have a small channel. Now, also heads up, all my cards on the table. Let me be clear. At the end of this training, I'm going to make you an offer. And it's not for everyone, but if you're serious about growing on YouTube and growing your YouTube channel, growing your income, it could be exactly what you're looking for. And we've made a few updates to this. There's a few exclusive bonuses. I'm excited to share this with you. But whether you join or not, you're going to get a ton of value from this training alone. So let me encourage you to take notes, shut out distractions. And also, I hope you're properly registered, because when you registered for this class, in your email inbox is a free PDF download on how to get more views. It's an action guide that is a complimentary resource to this class. Now, if you're watching this, you're like, I didn't get that. I registered. It's probably in your junk mail folder, maybe your spam folder, maybe your promotions tab. Like, email inboxes have so many different tabs these days. So you could search Think Media or Sean Cannell, find that and move us into your main inbox, because every week we've got new content coming your way to help you win on YouTube. But you're going to find your action guide there in your email. Now, if we're just meeting, my name is Sean Cannell. I want to help people start and grow profitable YouTube channels. Started multiple different channels, got a couple silver play buttons, a gold play button, been blessed to be featured in some of the biggest publications like a Success magazine or Entrepreneur or Forbes magazine, even HBO Max. That's a weird story for another time. And speak on some of the biggest stages in the industry. Also, over the years, had the privilege of working with different brands like Canon cameras or Amazon.com directly, and these different brands. Been able to interview, work with, and connect with some of the most influential entrepreneurs on YouTube, like a Gary Vaynerchuk or a Patrick Bet-David. Wrote a book with my friend, YouTube Secrets. The updated 2nd edition is out now, almost 4,000 reviews. And so this is why a lot of people know me as the YouTube guy. But what I'm most proud of is our students, because we meticulously track their results, and they have generated over 32.7 billion views. And I'm going to break it all down for you today so you can see the framework that they use to do that and apply that for yourself. And we just keep getting feedback and stories from individuals in our private group that are not just starting and going full time, but are getting silver play buttons and gold play buttons. It's cool. So I share all that so that when you think about, like, in a world of AI and, like, honestly, some good information, but some bad information on ChatGPT. AI is hallucinating out here, and a lot of people saying a lot of stuff, but you really got to ask yourself, do they have the results? Do they have proof? And I've done a lot of things right. That's why I shared all that. So you could say, okay, I see what you and Think Media, your company, are doing. But here's the thing. I've also done a lot of things wrong. The reason I think this might be one of the most valuable trainings on the internet is probably because of how many mistakes I've made. It's just going to save you time and money to avoid the pitfalls that I fell into. For me, my journey with video started back in 2003, actually, at my local church. We were just filming these church video announcements in a closet with no windows, basically. We had Home Depot shop lights as our lighting on that green screen fabric from Joanne Fabrics, which I think they might have gone out of business. But yeah, that's literally a nice lady of the church stitched that green screen fabric together. And we were balling on a budget, you know what I mean? Duct tape and Home Depot shop lights and just making it work. It was during this era that I learned that it's really not about your resources. It's about your resourcefulness. And the first YouTube channel I started was in 2007. And I was behind the camera filming for, the pastor and all this other stuff. And by the way, that channel grew to 44 subscribers. Like the tech was old, the videos were rough, but it was helpful because I was putting in the reps. And then eventually I started a company called Clear Vision Media where I was doing video production. And although I had done a few videos for the church, I was actually kind of nervous to get in front of the camera for myself. In fact, if you're watching this live or you're watching the limited replay, let me know, have you ever said, I'll start YouTube when? Like, have you ever said, well, I'll start YouTube when, but then you made an excuse? Because I wanted to get in front of the camera, but I was thinking, I'll start YouTube when I've got, a little bit more confidence. I'll start YouTube when I feel ready, or I'll start YouTube. Like, let me know if you've ever said any of those kind of things. Maybe it's, I'll start YouTube when I get better with technology, or, business owners, you're doing real estate. I'll start YouTube when I'm not too busy showing houses or working with clients. What are we talking about? There's never going to be the perfect time. You know what I mean? But all of those scripts go on in our heads. What are some of the things you might have said? Rest in peace, Joanne Fabrics. I'll start YouTube when I feel comfortable to get on camera, or I have better equipment. Let me wait until I can order a few more things off of Amazon or something like that. If you're waiting until you feel ready, you're going to be waiting for the rest of your life, right? And so, this is a good one. Energy is difficult, and on-camera energy seems to be half. I've learned the same. I've learned that sometimes, like the camera, they say adds 10 pounds. I think the camera reduces 50% of energy. And so it's not that you want to fake and like overly be excited, but you want to turn your own personality on a little bit, because you're right. The camera actually, reduces energy a little bit. So if you want to come across, but there's tips like that. And so, for me, I was saying the same. I was hesitating from starting my own channel. In fact, eventually, after a lot of overthinking, a lot of delay, I finally started my own channel and posted a video on my personal channel. I started for the church, but then I started my own channel. It's called Sean Cannell. And actually, let me play you a clip of my first video here.
All right, so this is, I guess, the first Sean Thinks vlog. And I'm going to try to vlog every single day, mainly so I can remember what I'm even doing and what's going on, because I just feel like I have a lot that I'm thinking about, and I figured, hey, why not share it? And if you find something interesting, that's awesome. Now, this is definitely as real as it gets, so I'm not going to try to be energetic or entertaining, though maybe sometimes I will. But anyways,
yeah, you can laugh. You can enjoy some humor at my expense. And, here's what I've learned. Your first videos are going to be your worst videos. And I've also learned, though, that you got to start before you're ready. What's funny is, like, this isn't probably in your workbook, but you could write down a few lessons from this. What's hilarious, and here's what I'd write down. Let me ask you a question. Everybody watching this, write this down. Why should someone subscribe to your YouTube channel? And can you quickly tell somebody, like, let's say you were in an elevator, they call it an elevator pitch. Could you quickly tell somebody why they should subscribe to your YouTube channel? What's so hilarious about my first video is, think about my pitch. Like, if somebody was like, oh, you're starting YouTube, what are you going to be talking about? And based on that video, if I was like, well, my first promise on this channel is I'm not going to be energetic and I'm not going to be entertaining. That's the first thing I can promise you. The second thing is I have no idea what I'm doing and I have no plan. Thirdly, I'm basically putting like no effort at all into these videos. But if you find something interesting, why don't you subscribe? This was how I started, y'all. And so let me encourage you, start before you're ready. Stop overthinking. Punch fear in the face and post your first video. Because as embarrassing as that first video is, it created a massive identity shift in my life. I want to challenge you, if you haven't posted your first video, do it in the next 24 hours. Even if it's something like that, because it's not about the video itself. It's about how it changes you. Because if I had never posted that first video, I would have never posted the second or third video and built the momentum to where I am today. I've learned that you cannot steer a parked car. So you got to get moving. And so that's what I did. But I've also learned that effort alone is not enough. That's like step one. You got to start. You got to punch fear in the face. And I kept posting after that. And at the time, I was actually waiting tables at Red Robin. My car smelled like stress and fries. And in between shifts, I would mount my Droid X phone, throwback, on the dashboard of my Ford Taurus, hit record, start filming. I was tired, greasy, full of self-doubt. I had 0 subscribers. I had 100 questions. And I remember thinking, is this even worth it? Am I wasting my time? But something inside of me said, keep going. And I mean, I think the fact that you're even watching this channel and this exact training, there's something inside of you, a message to share with the world. I mean, you can type yes. And maybe what is that thing? Like, why do you want to start a YouTube channel? What's that thing inside of you that's maybe more than you just don't have anything else to do? Like, we're all so busy, but maybe it's to make money, a little extra money. Maybe it's to go full time. Maybe it's to share your message with the world. Maybe it's to grow a nonprofit or a church. Maybe it's to get more leads or customers in your business. Maybe it's to retire a loved one or a partner. You know, there's something about that fire inside, because I kept going and I kept learning, right? And I kept moving messy, right? Massive imperfect action. And what I learned, though, in the process of really effort not being enough was I was missing 2 critical pieces. And that's what this class is about. I had no clear strategy and I hadn't learned key skills. So start before you're ready, press record, but that's the commitment. You know, starting in May and June 2026 and on into the future, you got to get a strategy and identify the skills necessary to win on YouTube in today's world. And so listen, when I started, I was doing it the hard way. I was posting random videos with no strategy. I was hoping I'd magically become a famous vlogger. And I was exhausted and overworked, and I wasn't getting the results I wanted. But one of the epiphanies that I had way back in 2010 when I started was this. And it was buy skills, not stuff. Buy skills, not stuff. Because what happened next when I was like, man, I really need like some sort of structure and plan. And I need like a roadmap, like I need skills. So I went looking, and unfortunately 2010, there was like no good programs or anything. So I was kind of like buying marketing books. I started buying online courses. I started to attend events and just get whatever dollars I could. And I stopped spending money on stuff because I realized that stuff wears out, but skills pay out. You know what I mean? It was like, man, the shoes are going to wear out. This clothes are going to wear out. There's plenty of food in my pantry. It's, you know, the reason I want to do DoorDash and Uber Eats, you know, it's because I'm lazy. Like, I do have food I could cook, but like I could just lay on the couch. So I started realizing, like, what if I bought skills instead of stuff? I remember nervously buying a $197 course back then. Felt risky. But the moment I flipped and I stopped buying things and I started buying tools for my future for a season, I realized that skills compound, right? They don't wear out. They pay out. And so I started to invest in myself, and it was the smartest move I could ever make. I had to piece together a whole bunch of different kind of internet marketing programs and, you know, like public speaking and communication programs and these different things I had purchased. But as I pieced them together, I started to figure out something that works on YouTube. In fact, I posted a video, and here's what's crazy. This video that you see a screenshot of here is 14 years old. All right. And what's wild is it earned over $1,000. Just this video paid me over $1,000. And this video still gets views today. You know, earlier we talked about ranked videos. This is a ranked video, a video that's getting views 14 years later. And here's what's also crazy. Look like how bad it is, you know? It's funny because I actually am like, even at this time, I knew better, but I don't know, you know, I still hadn't like really figured out. I mean, you can't even see my eyes like backlit with the window. Like, what is this lighting situation? You know what I mean? But it kind of shows you too, that it's not about the production value as much as it is about the content value and having a smart strategy that actually pays you. And what I learned by that, because you look on screen now, this was one of the epiphany life-changing videos I posted. Like, you're one video away from that happening. And I want to be empathetic. You might have been grinding on YouTube for a while right now. I mean, you might have been like, Sean, I posted a lot of videos, or I've been on YouTube for months or even years. I get it. Like that could be, so was I, side note. Like I had posted videos even for years, testing, experimenting, but you're one video away. It could just be a small tweak. And I heard somebody say once, small tweaks lead to giant peaks. Something we tweak, right? Because one strategic video can change your life. And so this class is about how I discovered a new way to create videos that get views and make money, but don't require being YouTube famous. Because this isn't actually about going super viral. This is about building a super practical plan for going full-time on YouTube or getting more leads and customers in your business with YouTube. And so let's talk about the one strategy that's currently generating over 184,000 views a day, and then also the 20 different ways that you can make money with that. And here's the one strategy. You can screenshot it, you can write it down, and it's this. Use a simple system to create ranking videos that YouTube loves to share, bringing you views and money 24/7. Might sound simple, but we're going to break it down into 3 parts. Use a simple system to create ranking videos that YouTube loves to share, bringing you views and money 24/7. Here's the 3 secrets. Number 1, the secret to YouTube success is following a step-by-step system. Number 1, the secret to YouTube success is following a step-by-step system. So what is the difference between those who struggle and those who thrive with online video? In 2010, I was wondering that, like, man, what does it take to, win on YouTube? How does YouTube work? And why do like some people break out and others don't? But, even fast forward to today, like now that we've coached tens of thousands of people and we've watched some stay stuck and some really break through, what is the difference between those who struggle and those who thrive with online video? Well, I actually discovered, the best way I heard this explained was discovered in a book called Atomic Habits. Now, this is one of the best-selling personal development books of all time. So many great principles in this. Let me know in the comments or chat if you've read this before. But here's the insight. Those who struggle focus on goals. Those who win focus on systems. You want to change, by the way, you can apply this to anything you want. Maybe 2026 has been kicking your butt so far. Maybe as you're watching this class, you're actually like, bro, I'm on my last leg, man. It's like, it's not just YouTube and views. It's that, like, I've been going through some stuff. I feel that, I've been feeling the vitriol and the just ridiculousness of living in the world in today. There's so much going on, but this principle can make the rest of your year the best of your year. I'm serious. Like, even if you don't do YouTube, like even if you jump off the class right now, this principle can make the next 6 months radically transformational in your life, because those who struggle focus on goals, but those who win focus on systems. What does that mean? Well, your goal is your desired outcome. And by the way, goals are good. In fact, tell me, what is one of your goals on YouTube? Maybe specifically, where do you want to get in the next 45 days? Like if we did a 45-day sprint together, would you want to get monetized, get 1,000 subs, get a breakout video, get your next, get 5 qualified prospects for, like, having a target? Targets are great. Maybe long-term goals in the next year or 2, would love to get a silver play button, whatever it is. Like, goals are incredible, but your goal is your desired outcome. That's great to have a target, but do you have a system to reach that goal? Your system is a collection of daily habits that will get you there. A system is a repeatable process. It's like the habits, the routines. And this is one of my favorite quotes of all time here, though, and it sums it all up. Here's what the book revealed. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. And so a goal is to post your first view or your first video. That's a great goal. And what are some of your goals? Are you aiming for, I'd like to get 200 subs. Amazing to have, Haley has a clear target if I want to get 200 subs. And I said the next 45 days. That's a great goal. We could do that together. 1,000 subs the next 45 days. That might sound crazy, but let me tell you in a second. Let me show you an example of somebody who did that in the last 2 months with a brand new channel. And so the difference, what's the difference between those who thrive and those who struggle with online video? Systems. Because you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. And 99% of people I talk to, if I'd be like, well, yeah, what's your system? for that goal you want to reach. They'd be like, excuse me, what does that even mean? What's my system? Is that like a soft, what? You know, like that's not really like kitchen table talk with your family at night. Hey, do you have a system for that? I'm like, what's your system? Now, some of us, mom's like, we got a laundry system. You know what I mean? Like we got a bath time routine. It's a system. You got a sketch. That's a system. Well, what's the system for your YouTube channel? Because you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. And when I look back at Sean 2010, I was stuck because I didn't have a system. But through trial, error, spending thousands of dollars, all this different stuff, and getting, failing a ton, but then getting some results, eventually I created what's called the Video Ranking Academy 7-step system. Now, this is the exact system that our students have used to crush it on YouTube. And right now, I'm going to give you all 7 steps. Now, we can't go super deep into those. That's what we teach at length inside of our program. And that's what we help you accelerate through in what's called VRA Fast Start, which is one of the new things we're doing. But let's get ready to take notes because this is going to go pretty fast. But let me give you a quick overview of all 7 steps so that you can implement this and start getting some results. You ready? Here we go. Number 1, reverse engineer. So what does this mean? You're going to start with your final YouTube goal in mind and reverse engineer your strategy for your channel. But then also what you do is you use these 7 steps for every video. So the 2 things that we start with the end in mind in is, hey, what's the strategy for my channel? But then once your channel set up, it's like, what is this next video? What would be the most strategic next video that I could make? And we're going to start with the end in mind. Then we're going to do some research. Discover your next best video topic using data, using AI, using tools. And we're going to brainstorm a title, a thumbnail, and we're going to outline our video. Then we're going to record it, turn on the camera, deliver our message. We're going to apply best practices. We call it the perfect video recipe. And whether you're live streaming, whether you're recording with no editing, doesn't matter. There's some really important things that we do at that phase. Now, number 4, we're going to release the video the right way. You got to upload it. We got to optimize it, get the settings right, get the title in there, get everything set up properly, schedule it or post it immediately. And then this is step 5. It's the promise of the whole five steps. It's actually that we're going to rank the video. Now you might be saying like, well, okay, Sean, how do we do that? Well, the interesting thing about the system is that if you've done the first 4 steps correctly, step 5 happens as a result. Now, there's a few other things you can do, like to promote your video, kind of getting it going. But the best way to really rank a video is by mastering alignment and congruency in all the steps. And then number 6 is to study your YouTube analytics to see what's working and adjust if necessary. Number 6 is review. What gets measured gets improved. And, if you've been doing YouTube for a while and you've been stuck and not getting results, a mentor told me this, and it's something that changed my life because a lot of people have heard it said that experience is the best teacher. Experience is the best teacher. Have you ever heard that? Turns out it's a myth. Experience is not the best teacher. Evaluated experience is the best teacher. Evaluated experience. There's people that have a lot of years of experience, but they haven't been making progress. They've been stuck. They might have been going backwards. Someone might be like, I got 10 years of experience. I'm like, no, you don't. You have 1 year of experience repeated 10 times. Because if we just keep doing the same thing over and over again, that's the definition of insanity. But if we're reviewing properly, not just like the analytics, like, okay, how can I really see what's happening with this content and improve the next time around, which brings us to number 7, that's repeat. Learn from what worked, improve your process, and build momentum 1 ranked video at a time. And so you might be thinking, okay, but Sean, you started YouTube in 2007. And then, the results you've gotten with students and all this stuff. Well, you started Video Ranking Academy you built the 7-step system in 2016. It's 10 years old now. We continue to improve it and update, the details and new stuff. But today, YouTube's too saturated, bro. You can't break out anymore. New channels can't break out. Have you ever felt that? Do you think that? Well, let's test that theory because about 8 weeks ago, someone named Sherry actually jumped in, went through what's actually called VRA Fast Start, right? And Sherry had no equipment, just a smartphone, no social media. You know what I mean? Like on any platform. It wasn't like, oh, she had a big Instagram following and then like let them know that her YouTube channel was starting. Zero social presence on any platform. No experience, like starting from zero experience, talking on camera, talking on, say, you know, because sometimes you're like, oh, that person, oh, they had a background in journalism. For sure, that's like an advantage. Oh, that person like does, you know, public speaking or has client facing. Yeah, thank God for your advantages. But I love this story because no equipment, no social media experience, no social media, platform or anything. 77 years old, and she's filming her videos on an iPhone at a library. Okay, this happened 8 weeks ago. So she posts her first video. And you might be wondering, she posts one video. Now, by the way, following our system to the T, like she actually, I'm so proud of her because she followed instructions. The instructions are not hard, but they actually kind of require discipline because sometimes, I'm not saying that's your tube. You can do what you want to do, but if you want to get results, well, we have a good track record of helping people get results, but you got to be coachable. You got to be learnable, right? You got to implement, simply just follow the checklist that we give you, right? Well, look at her channel. She has 1,740 subscribers off of one video. Channel gets monetized, watch time, the full deal. Look at this. Her first video got 37,000 views, 536 comments in 30 days. I posted this community tab post that she did. Hey, I'm so overwhelmed about even replying to all these comments and the community that's grown here and all this kind of stuff. I'm doing my best. She's posted a few more videos since then. It's crazy. Now, when did that happen though, Sean? Like, did that happen, 10 years ago? No, it happened 8 weeks ago. And I'm not trying to overhype like it's easy, but what we're seeing is it is a great time to start YouTube and it's not too late to start YouTube. And Sherry's an example, but I recently had a chance to talk to a YouTube employee. His name's Renee. He just came on our podcast and I am, speak at different events and get to connect with a lot of people at YouTube and in the creator economy. And did you know that YouTube has a dedicated staff and team to helping new channels get discovered, like the way they're programming the algorithm and the platform? Because for YouTube's future, there has to be an opportunity for new people to be able to start. Like, I mean, if you think about it, what's kind of crazy is you get to make money, like you get about 50% of the ad revenue, but YouTube's also making money off of you. It's not bad. That's the agreement. And so they need to incentivize new creators to have the chance to break out. So that just reveals to us it's not too late to start YouTube. But those who break through don't just have random tactics and don't just set goals and hope it works. Hope is not a strategy. They follow a system. They follow a system. Secret number 2, ranking videos is the best way to get views on YouTube. Ranking videos is the best way to get views on YouTube. So we covered the 7 steps, kind of a fast flyover, but let's skip to step number 5, right? Talking about ranking videos. And let's just make sure we're on the same page. What exactly is a ranked video? Well, here's the definition. Ranked videos are YouTube videos that perform well enough to appear at the top of YouTube search results or get frequently recommended to viewers. Okay. So imagine if your next upload kept getting views for months or even years. So let me show you an example of that. This is Codell. He's a full-time PE teacher, husband, and a father. And he posted a YouTube video about 3 years ago. He was a part of a training just like this. And he said, Think Media made me believe I could start. And he did. He actually had started his channel earlier than that, but he was never consistent. Maybe you have that. Like maybe you're like, well, my YouTube channel actually started back in 2010. I went to a Backstreet Boys concert and it's like footage, you like, yeah, I got this, like my kid's graduation or whatever. So it's that kind of like some of us have started channels, but there's a big difference between like starting a channel and the day you get serious. It's a big difference, a whole mindset shift. Day you start and the day you get serious. And so this is when he locked in. It was about 3 years ago, right? And he said that, Think Media gave me the confidence to start. And let me show you what's possible when you stop making excuses and you start ranking videos. So there's a great example of one of Codell's videos that's helped his channel grow. This is a 3-year-old video that's still getting 3 views per hour. So the video is 3 years old. Now, if you look at this little thing right here, though, see it says 3 VPH. If you're taking notes, I want you to write that down. I like a lot of acronyms. You know, I might sound like a leprechaun with all these like phrases, small tweaks, giant peaks, like whatever, you know, cheesy. But like ultimately, I like a lot of acronyms. I think VPH is my favorite. This is the dream. It's why I'm obsessed with YouTube. I love social media. There's a reason why YouTube's better than all the other platforms, and VPH is why. What does it stand for? It stands for views per hour. I want views per hour. When you really start thinking about it, you're like, wait a minute. If I post a video 3 years ago and 3 years later, it's still getting 3 views per hour. Not only is that going to keep growing my channel, but like, what if I kept doing that? What if I like learned how to rank videos and just did it over and over and over again? Well, fast forward to today, Codell, Gardening with Bear Brown, has over 182,000 subs, over 21 million views on the channel. And really, this proves that YouTube success isn't about when you start. It's about having the right strategy and ranking videos. And then think about this as a business owner, because you start thinking about those types of view counts, because people are out here making full-time money from YouTube ad revenue. But remember, we're going to talk about 20 different ways to make money from YouTube in a second. And so if you have ranked videos, what would that mean for your business if one video could bring you leads or sales for years? So let's talk about 3 reasons people fail on YouTube. Number 1, no system. We covered that. And let me be clear. There's so many people we've coached. Sometimes people come to us and they've actually already had maybe a breakout video or a breakout YouTube short. And they're like, but the problem was it happened once randomly and they don't know how to repeat it. See, random success will not sustain you in the long haul. Only systems will. This isn't about 15 minutes of viral fame, like, oh, I had a breakout video, but then what happens next? Our approach is systematic. We're building year after year after year after year. Remember, number 2 is rank videos is the best way to get views. The best way is to follow a system to rank videos so that you're building a library of videos that keep getting views for years to come and not just to spike and then it dies. Number 2, no rank videos. What do I mean by that specifically? You know, there's one of the biggest online video events. I think it's the biggest conference. It happens in Anaheim. It's called VidCon. I think the first VidCon I went to was in 2014. I've been a speaker there a couple times, attend a lot. There's some other events I like, namely our own, much more like business entrepreneur focused YouTube masterminds that happen in Vegas 4 times a year. But VidCon's cool. It's kind of sometimes more entertainment focused. What's the point? What's interesting, since I've been going to VidCon for 12 years, is I've been seeing people come and go. I've watched creators come and go, but here's also what's crazy. I've watched creators get millions of subs, like virally break out and then be gone in 6 months or be gone in 2 years. Now I get it. Like things can be fickle in entertainment, but that's why our approach is different than almost anybody else's teaching, because ranked videos is not about a viral spike. It's about slow and steady wins. It's about compounding growth, because you've taken the time to sit down and actually make a strategy to think about the long haul and to not just think about like, oh, what am I going to do to try to get some views today? Like, what's the plan? What's your positioning? What's the strategy? And if you want sustainable long-term success over years, you need a system. You want ranked videos. And then the third biggest mistake is people don't have a money plan. And what I mean is there's an oversimplification in a lot of individuals' minds. Like, okay, if I just get some views, then I'll get monetized. And then, and then I'm there. But man, the thing is views can be fickle and so can YouTube ad revenue. It could be up and down. If you are betting your online business, because I think you're here because you want to go full time, right? Or you want consistent results. You need a plan. And I'm always shocked because you might ask somebody, like, what's your money plan? It's like going to a business owner. If a business owner went to a bank to get a loan and they meet with the small business banker, they're like, yeah, I want to get a loan. They go, okay, so what? Well, can I see your business plan? Can you hand me your business plan? They're like, well, I don't have one. I just thought we could talk about it. I just have an idea. Okay, sir. You have an idea? Well, what is it? Well, I think, you know what I mean? Like, if you were serious, you would have a written plan. And if you wanted a bank to back you, so if you want more predictable cash from YouTube, you should probably make a plan, which good news, we'll do that together. So here's secret number 3. You can make good money with ranked videos, even with a small channel. Let's talk about building a money plan together right now. You can make good money with ranked videos, even with a small channel. So the mistake people make is focusing only on YouTube AdSense when starting out. And here's when it finally clicked for me. I remember filming this video in a small town an hour north of Seattle, Washington. In the house we were living in, our family at this time, it's an interesting situation. It was like a 3-bedroom house, and there was a mother-in-law. And so we were living in the mother-in-law, and then another married couple and their daughter were living in the master. And then we had, I want to say 2 roommates, but maybe it was either Matt and Kimberly at different times. So we had roommate, like, I didn't know the term at the time, but we're basically house hacking. And that was also before we were totally devastated by The Big Short, like right around 2009, 2010, because actually some health challenges hit our family and we were dual income, but then that went away because of the health challenges. And then the housing market crashed. So the house was underwater. We actually had another rental property, not because we were responsible real estate investors, but because, you know, it was actually kind of like a trending thing happening in our church at the time. Like, listen, everything's just going up. You know what I mean? Like, anybody remember The Big Short, you know, the housing bubble. And so the rental property, that family lost their job, stopped paying. That house defaulted, foreclosed on an 80-20 arm. Loan information you don't need to know, but the real estate pros here are like, oh, shoot, you know, that's not a good loan. So this is actually like a really hard season of my life. And so then we're in this new house, kind of house hacking it. That wasn't like the plan, but it just was the fact that like the only way we could afford the mortgage. But then it was an incredibly difficult season. But I kept taking action. And what clicked for me as I was filming videos in this bedroom converted to a, you know, studio to film content or whatever, was I started to do these weird YouTube experiments. Okay. And basically what I discovered was combining YouTube with affiliate marketing. Now, let me be clear. This is really cool for everybody. And I would lock in for the rest of this training, because if you thought it's good so far, it's about to get better. But this isn't necessarily the best strategy for everybody. Like if I'm, you know, a business owner and I want clients, that's what I'm going to focus on doing as opposed to affiliate marketing. But what's so cool is if you have like 0 subscribers right now, or if you're early on and your channel's not monetized right now, this is my favorite way to make money on YouTube, and it can turn into really big revenue. And so let's just get on the same page. What exactly is affiliate marketing? Well, when you review or recommend a product online and you get a commission when someone purchases that product, that's what affiliate marketing is. And so that's kind of a technical definition. Here is my definition. Affiliate marketing is a cool way to make money sharing the products you already love and use. And it's not like sketchy at all, although there's probably sketchy people doing it. It's a win-win-win-win if you do it ethically, you know, if you do it right. Because you think about it, it's like affiliate marketing gives you the opportunity to share products and services you personally love and use that you would recommend to your friends and family anyways. And the person selling the product, like the brand, they make money. And then sometimes the platform, like maybe like an Amazon.com, they make money. And then you, the creator, you make money as well. So if it's done ethically, it's a win all around. And it's a way that could sustain you or help you earn extra money. And so I started to do affiliate marketing. And let me show you how it works. You can sign up for an affiliate program, like Amazon.com is a very popular and big one. And not just in the US, in Germany, France, Japan, Canada, China, United Kingdom, all around the world. But it's not just Amazon. You can sign up for any affiliate program. Bass Pro Shop, Dick's Sporting Goods, Joanne Fabrics. Not if they're out of business. We mentioned them. It's not funny. Rest in peace. My granny, she got hit by a bazooka. Weird reference. Rest in peace, Joanne Fabrics. But, you know, Nordstrom. And then there's these like affiliate networks, like Reward Style. I think it's called LTK now. And that'll lean like skincare, beauty, clothing. There's ones called like Share a Sale. Okay. impact radius. And you go sign up, and then there's like 80,000 retailers in it. So almost anything and everything being sold online, software, any software you use, like business professionals, you make a lot of money talking about, ClickUp, which is like project management, or Slack, or all this different stuff. You just pick an affiliate program, okay, that's relevant to your channel. You sign up, and then you're able to create trackable links. That's how they know that if you put that link in your YouTube description and somebody clicks on that link and then goes to that brand and company's website and purchases something, you make money and you make a commission. So what I did, I was doing those weird YouTube experiments, is around the holidays, I shot a video. I just sat on my couch. I had my apple-headed Merle Chihuahua, Rosie, next to me. And I made a video called Gift Ideas for Him. And by the way, it wasn't even like a product review or anything. It was just ideas. Now, I didn't purchase anything for the video. I actually grabbed like a laundry hamper and I walked around the house thinking like, I'm a guy, like what gift ideas are already in my house? You could get them a shaker bottle. That wasn't one of them, but you know what I mean? I just like grabbed like some headphones and then I made some ideas. And then what I did was I put a link in the description. And when someone clicks that link, I get paid if they purchase something. And I'll never forget my first affiliate payment, November 2nd, 2010. Get ready, buckle your seatbelt, because finally that money came in and I made $2.12. Can we just give it up for buckets of cash? So now, I don't know what you're thinking, but you might be thinking, okay, like that doesn't even sound worth it. You know what I mean? And that's actually probably what a lot of people would think, because at the time I was waiting tables at Red Robin. If I worked a Friday night, I'd make $100 in tips. I might as well just go work at my job and make way more money for the amount of time I put in compared to putting a whole video together. But here's the reason most people stay stuck, but people that think differently and shift their mindset end up winning in the long run, is when I made that $2.12, I wanted to click my heels like a leprechaun, because I was like, holy crap, I just made real money online. Not enough to do anything at all, but like, this is a real thing. That's $2.12 more than my neighbors just made. Like, don't despise small beginnings, because what I started thinking is I was like, and I'm not even good at this. Like, I'm terrible at this. Like, I don't even really know what I'm doing. And money came in. So I was like, what if $2 could turn into $20, could turn into $2,000, could turn into $20,000? And over the years, I started to also realize, like, it's kind of funny. Why was I talking about gift ideas for him? Now, one was because I wanted to do weird YouTube experiments. And actually, I had a passion, I just loved YouTube. I was just curious about stuff, like just wanted to try like different niches, different things. So I'm experimenting, but eventually I got more clarity on my niche. And I sort of recalled that, dude, I've been doing videos since 2003 for my local church. Like, I've been using cameras and lenses and photography. And I started a video production business, like video editing, computers, and all this stuff. Like, it's really my core genius. And I've invested a lot of years in that. Why don't I start talking about that? And that was ultimately, this video got 224,000 views. So the results started going up, the money started going up. And that was how I turned my passion into profit. Pretty cool. Now, fast forward to today. This is how much I've earned off the Amazon affiliate program. April 1st, 2026 through May 27th, yesterday, 2026. I made $20,896. Kind of crazy. Like, I just took that screenshot before doing this training. Literally $2 to $2,000 to $20,000. I'm not trying to say that those results are common or typical. I'm trying to say that ranking videos and tapping into smart income streams that are aligned with your channel and then stacking that over years, it can turn into something significant. And let me actually show you something that most people don't know. I want to show you how I made money from press-on nails, pickleball grip tape, and dog toothpaste. Even though I don't talk about any of that stuff on YouTube, because I make money from the most random purchases on Amazon, because when people click my link, I actually get credit for 24 hours for anything they purchase from the platform. So what does that mean? It's called the cookie duration. You know, when you go to a website and it pops up at the bottom and it says like allow cookies, some, none, whatever, like every website now. That's like them tracking, knowing that how you got there. And when someone clicks an Amazon link and goes to the website, what's crazy is like if you were talking about books, like teenage fiction novels, you know, and someone spends $13, your commission's 50 cents. You're like, Sean, what could that turn into? Well, think about it. If you make the right videos about the right things with the right affiliate links, then someone clicks your link. Maybe they buy the book. You get 50 cents, but they also buy a PlayStation 5 for their family. You get credit for that as well. They also buy some pickleball grip tape. You get credit for that as well. I'll never forget when we were in that tough season, like literally our house is like being short sold and it feels like everything's falling apart around us. I woke up one morning and I saw that I earned an $186 commission from Amazon. For what? For a gold coin. I didn't even know Amazon sold gold coins. I don't collect gold coins. I have no secret YouTube channels about precious metals or collectibles. But it's because someone clicked my link. Now, hear me. This is really important because as you're listening to this, I want you to consider what would it look like if you got super serious about YouTube right now in May, getting ready for June. I think Amazon Prime Day is going to be in June. Just saying. It's kind of like a Black Friday they do in the middle of the year. Or you start building your YouTube channel or scaling your YouTube channel right now, and you're getting ready for Q4. Because the thing about doing this slow and steady is what I'm saying is what happens when online shopping just goes up, because that's what always happens. You don't even have to make videos about Christmas gift ideas. You could. But if you have ranked videos and people are clicking your links, that's why what would happen to me is I had all these ranked videos, and during the holidays, my income would go from a couple $100 in the early days. It would jump over 1,000. I'd be like, shoot, you know, YouTube and affiliate marketing is paying for my entire Christmas budget with side income when I still had a job in the side hustle season because I ranked videos with links to affiliate links. Now, listen, results are not typical. And these aren't guarantees of success. You know, success requires action. And this isn't get rich quick. I mean, if you're listening closely to the story, I wasn't saying 20,000 wasn't overnight. But what's powerful is these principles can be applied by anyone. And the big YouTube myth is you need 1 million subscribers to make real money on YouTube. And let's disprove that right now. And actually grab a fresh piece of paper. I want to do some math together. And trust me, it'll be fun math. Because the truth is, you actually only need 1,000 true fans. And so let's go through what's called the 1,000 True Fans Blueprint. This is how to build a 6-figure channel from zero. And so here's what it is. 1,000 true fans, $100 each. That's $100,000 a year. Now, let's align on some definition of terms. This was actually an article written by a guy named Kevin Kelly called 1,000 True Fans. And a true fan is not necessarily a subscriber, okay? In fact, it definitely isn't, because sometimes people will click subscribe on your channel and they're kind of like, you know, they just want to be reminded if you upload a video. You've done this, I'm sure. It's like you're not like a fan or a super fan of the channel. You're like, that's a pretty cool channel. Some people click the subscribe button as like a super like. Oh man, that's such a good video. I'll click subscribe. But it doesn't mean they keep watching necessarily. So a true fan is the type of person that's going to watch almost every video you make. Like they're really into your stuff, right? And if you put anything together, they buy your products. Or they click your affiliate links. Like if you had a channel maybe about anti-aging or makeup or skincare or something, you know, you start developing true fans like, oh, she has the same oily combination skin as me. You know, like whatever she recommends, like she's my girl. That's a true fan. You're like, hey, you know, you do this thing. Here's my skin. You know, you have like your little skincare stuff. You do a little ASMR on it, you know, whatever. Hey guys. And like, yeah, oh, I got to get that too. They click your affiliate links. They attend your events if you have those, you know, whatever. They're advocates for your brand. That's what a true fan is. Okay. So if you had 1,000 true fans, you earn $100 each. Now let's also clarify. You have a year to do it. Like that's about $7 a month per fan. Okay. And then you add all that up over 12 months, that's a 6-figure income. But let's dive into the math. I said we'll do the math together on paper. Okay, well, let's start breaking it down. You might say, well, Sean, I mean, I have no true fans. Like, okay, well, let's say you grew and you had a system, you're ranking videos, and you got to 600 true fans. Well, $100 a year. I don't know if, okay. Well, let's say it was $55 a year. Then that would be $33,000 a year. This slide and this moment in the training is the most underestimated reality of the creator economy. It really is. Because I think what happens is there's like two camps. Some people are like way overhyping the YouTube millionaire thing. Like, you're going to be a famous YouTuber, make $1 million, whatever. That gets overhyped. But what's underrated is the long tail of people earning $2 grand, $5 grand, 10 grand, 30 grand a year on YouTube. It's so pervasive and growing. And so like this is how the math works. Now we're going to talk about where the money's coming from in just a second, those 20 ways. But if you had 600 true fans, $55, that's $33,000. Let's say you only had 10 true fans. Dang, where's Sean going with this? 10 true fans, $10,000 earned. That's $100,000. You know, that's like real estate stuff. How many customers or transactions, if you got from YouTube this year, can be meaningful for you? Yeah, if I got like 10, shoot, if I got one, and so, and of course, this could be agencies, businesses. What's $10,000 per fan? Well, it's probably going to be a service of some kind or some kind of, offer. Great. In fact, it reminds me of Jen DeVore Richter. She joined our program called Video Ranking Academy when she had 546 subscribers. Okay. Not even 1,000. Channel is not monetized, but she had a marketing agency. Okay. So she said, I just did an $11,000 week thanks to VRA. She sent us an email. And she said, I had my biggest new revenue week with over $11,000 of new business, right? So you don't need big views. You don't need a lot of views to make good money. Now, let's look at this, though, as it scales up. Because you could think about it in the early days of one true fan at a time, one skill at a time, learning the strategy. But where could this be compounding over months and even years? Well, if you go to 10,000 true fans, $100 each, that's $1 million a year. Oh, so that's how these people are doing that. So let's look at the 20 ways to make YouTube, to make money with YouTube, the 20 different ways. Because now you're saying, okay, so how does whatever amount of money come in monthly, compounding over the year? Well, we're going to look at this in two categories. The first is we're going to look at 6 ways to make money directly on YouTube. So number one, that's like the YouTube Partner Program. You eventually get 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours of watch time. You apply, they approve you for the YPP, and now you can start earning money from your videos, right? From the views. There's channel memberships. That's by the way, remember 1,000 true fans? Channel memberships, if you charged $7 a month and you had 1,000 people a part of your channel memberships, which is like the way for people to sign up directly on YouTube to get premium content for you. You can upload videos that are just for members, a community tab just for members. That's just right there built into the platform. Super chat and super stickers, the merchandise shelf, YouTube shopping. YouTube shopping is an affiliate marketing infrastructure built right into YouTube. They'll put clickable links above your videos. Walmart, Sephora, another 80,000 retailers. And like what I was looking at this last night, Puma shoes. They're like, we increased our percentage from 13% to 16% on a limited campaign. I was on my phone in the YouTube Studio app. That's YouTube shopping. You could put clickable affiliate links on top of your YouTube shorts, on top of your videos. Once you get into the YouTube Partner Program, boom, you can start making money and do affiliate marketing directly on the platform. And by the way, that's just getting started. Like, this is the early days of YouTube shopping infrastructure, live shopping on the YouTube platform. Too much to talk about right now. YouTube Brand Connect, a little more advanced, but that's YouTube actually bringing you brand deals directly through your YouTube channel. Okay, so let me just show you our results from one of our channels of what this can grow into. Remember, I'm not saying results are typical, but this can kind of get crazy, just the YPP, the YouTube Partner Program. So Think Media, in the last 365 days, earned $196,228.15 from the YouTube Partner Program. Pretty cool. But even if you're not approved for the YPP yet, even if you got 1 subscriber, 0 subscribers, you actually can start monetizing from day one. Let me show you how. Here's 14 ways to make money with YouTube. See, the first 6 were like on directly from YouTube. From YouTube, this is with YouTube. Let's do them quickly. Affiliate marketing. We talked a little bit about it. Brand sponsorships. Now, you might go, well, I mean, for a brand to sponsor me, I'd have to have a huge YouTube channel. Incorrect. If you've never studied this, write down UGC. Stands for user-generated content, UGC creators. You start doing YouTube, you can start working with brands immediately if you go into UGC. We cover that at greater depth in other places. Online courses. Maybe you want to make one, maybe you don't. There's number 3. Paid memberships. What's the difference of 3 and 4? Paid memberships is like an ongoing thing where, of course, you'd be paying monthly. You know, like Netflix is a ongoing forever, right? I wish I could get lifetime access to Netflix. You know, you just pay once. That'd be crazy. But it's going to be ongoing. And so a paid membership is like ongoing. Sometimes online courses might have like, you know, lifetime. You only pay once and then you get access to the course. Crowdfunding. What's the difference? Crowdfunding is usually for entertainment channels, comedy, music, or just anybody like, hey, if you want to support the channel, a popular platform is like Patreon or Buy Me a Coffee. Coaching. You could do coaching, one-on-one or group coaching. You could do a virtual. Books. You write a book. Super underrated, by the way, because people go, do anybody really buy books? Yeah, not only that, there's a revival in books. Barnes & Noble was closing stores years ago. Now they're opening stores, but that's physical books, right? Audiobooks. Dude, audiobooks are the greatest podcast of all time. That's why I always encourage people. One of the reasons why I think it's cool to write a book is actually so that you can have the audiobook, Audible distribution, etc., ebooks, you know, so that one actually kind of niches down. Let's keep going though. Digital products. Well, Sean, what's the difference between like an online course and a digital product? Well, digital products could be like 3D printing, things you sell for a few bucks or a lot more. It could be stuff on Etsy, meal plans, all kinds of different stuff. You know, one of our students did camera LUTs, like for light. He was a wedding photographer, and he did the LUTs for $20, and you could just like quickly color grade all your photos, ranked some videos, and was actually able to pay his mortgage for a few months because of the right digital product partnered with ranking videos on his channel, right? You could do events in person or virtual, merchandise, freelance services, speaking engagements, e-commerce. The difference between merchandise and e-commerce is merchandise is usually kind of like print on demand. Very easy to do. Once you get that merch shelf on YouTube, which actually the requirements are lowered for that now. Once you get that merch shelf, you get to sign up for Teespring or like 10 other different print on demand retailers and start designing coffee cups, journals, and all that kind of stuff and selling that directly through. When I say e-commerce, I just kind of probably mean that higher level, that you either white label a product or do something. And why I'm sharing this is not so you're like, oh my gosh, there's too much to do. I'm showing how much possibility there is for the creator career to pick the right money plan for you, but also what could you build over the years? Like we've had students build brands. They've built like their own apron brand, their own like cookware, their own cowboy coffee brand. They like a higher level. They didn't do that day one. They did that later. And then leads for your business. That's a 2-day workshop. But like that's like, you know, it gets crazy. So, you know, when I think back to 2010, this was me. Nervous, no audience, shooting videos in my bedroom, bad lighting, wondering if anyone would even care. That house was up for short sale and we're going through the hardest season of our life. And honestly, at that time, I could have never imagined what was on the other side of hitting record. And you fast forward to today, you know, multiple play buttons, ranked thousands of videos. But here's the thing. None of that happened overnight. And this is probably the most important part of the training because the mindset going forward is one rank video at a time, stacking small steps, staying consistent, even when you feel like things aren't working. But here's what's crazy is that's kind of cool, but this is what like melts my heart because I started the YouTube channel by myself, but the impact grew beyond me. You know, today I get to lead an amazing team. We have like a support staff for all of our clients and students. And we're passionate about helping creators and entrepreneurs like you win on YouTube. And what started as a solo project in a bedroom has become a movement with a mission. But what we're most excited about is this. This is what it's all about. This is what our company exists for. It's the best part, seeing our students succeed, seeing over 32.7 billion views and all the monetization strategies behind that, right? Crazy, millions of dollars. So when I think back to that awkward video in 2010, I realize you have no idea what's on the other side of you starting. And I really want you to write this down. If you take anything away from this training, capture this question and really think about it. Who's waiting for you to show up and take your goals seriously? Who's waiting for you to show up and take your goals seriously? Listen, I don't mean to get deep. I guess I mean to get deep. I mean to get deep. Because I was just thinking about this the other day. I was talking to a friend. We're talking about autism. This person's got some sensory stuff and like found a creator that's helping change her life and get her breakthrough. Okay. And it reminded me, I was like, YouTube is so cool because it allows people to help people around the world. So when I say who's waiting for you to show up and take your goals seriously, you might kind of get stuck in like, what difference does it make if I really start my channel? What difference does it make if I start? What would it be worth to you if you could change one person's life by sharing what you know, putting that video out there? Oh, well, somebody else has already covered that topic. Yeah, you haven't. Oh, well, somebody else has already made that video. You're probably right, but not with your story and what you've been through and not with the trauma you've gone through, the scars you have. Wouldn't it be a shame if you like left those lessons stuck in your own head because of overthinking and fear? Who's waiting for you to show up and take your goals seriously? Don't assume like, oh, Sean, well, it must have been easy. No, I had no freaking clue what was on the other side of getting uncomfortable, punching fear in the face, stepping out, and also sticking with it. But then I also think, who's waiting for you to show up and take your goals seriously? Like maybe your partner or your spouse, maybe your kids, maybe your friend circle or your friends group. You know, sometimes it just takes one person stepping out of the norm and the median and the comfort zone of everyone around you that just breaks something open. Like who's waiting for you to take a swing at something? Maybe I sometimes think about like family and legacy. I think about this stuff all the time. Like sometimes it's like, well, all I had was, you know, must be nice for you. I'm not talking about me. I would say, you know, didn't grow up in horrible circumstances, probably like kind of middle class with some very hard challenges that this is not the time to get into when it comes to my childhood. But like maybe you're thinking it's like, yeah, dad and mom and grandpa, like nobody in my family ever broke. Maybe there's a whole lineage of addiction or everyone was always in poverty or nobody ever broke through with money or no whatever. Well, who's going to break that cycle? Right? That's my reflection when I look back. And if I could give you anything, whether you do YouTube or not, it's like to not let apathy hold you back and not let overthinking hold you back, but to punch fear in the face because you don't know what's waiting on the other side of you taking massive action. Let's recap what we've learned. The creator economy is projected to grow 4x by 2032, reaching 848 billion worldwide. The secret to YouTube's success is following a step-by-step system. Ranking videos is the best way to get consistent views on YouTube, and you can make good money with a small channel using the 1,000 True Fans blueprint. And here's what I want you to screenshot. The one strategy going into 2026 that you want to master. Use a simple system to create ranking videos that YouTube loves to share, bringing you views and money 24/7. That's what it is. Now, can I show you how to get results like this, but faster? Just type yes. Like if it'd be cool, you know, over the last 71 minutes, we've been obviously sharing a lot of tactics here, but I mentioned at the beginning that, you know, we actually have a very special offer and some new things that we're doing with our core training program. And so if it's cool, if I tell you about that, just type yes. I see you, Barbara. Yes. Discipline Life Coach. Yes. Yes. Okay, cool. So we'll cover that. Then we also have a giveaway coming up. We have some Q&A coming up, but let's dive into this just really quick because here's what I've learned. And we learned it in this class. This is what people think the problem is. The visible problem on YouTube, they think, most people, 99% of people, I'm just not getting enough views or subscribers. If I could just get views, everything would be okay. No, it won't. The thing is, the iceberg underneath the surface is the real stuff. The real stuff is like, there's no clear strategy for like the actual business you're building, like the actual long-term plan, the money plan, all that stuff. The underneath the iceberg is chasing trends instead of building real authority. We're not just going to chase AI slop trends. We're going to build real brands. We're going to build real credibility. Poor video packaging. You got to master that. No money plan or system for income, and no feedback or accountability. That's the real stuff underneath the surface. And so we've created something special to solve those hidden problems and accelerate your success and income on YouTube. And so let me show you how we're helping people rank videos that generate results in 45 days or less. It's called VRA Fast Start, Video Ranking Academy Fast Start. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to rank your first money-making YouTube video in 45 days or less. Now, this isn't another online course that you buy and never finish. This is a guided implementation experience designed to help you rank your first money-making YouTube video in 45 days or less. You're going to have a step-by-step implementation process. It's designed for speed and momentum, not just a bunch of information. You're overwhelmed with information. You don't need that. Clear milestones and deadlines, focused on ranking, built to help you get results fast. Because we've had the privilege of doing this for so many years and continuing to refine our process that we've learned that this is why most people get stuck on YouTube. One, they're getting too much conflicting advice. It's like paralyzing. Two, information overload. VRA Fast Start solves that. Three, no clear roadmap. And four, spending months learning without results. This isn't just about consuming information. This is a guided implementation experience. And here's what's cool. You have a full 30-day money-back guarantee on it. So when you think about jumping into this, you have lifetime access, but also for any reason you don't like it, just email us. We'll refund 100% of your money. So you have a 100% risk-free guarantee of this program. I think you could see this thing works. Like, that's why we got it backed with a full 30 days to try it out. When you try it out, see that you love it, and you know, you're going to get lifetime access too to all the additional perks. And so you could see this special offer at joinvra.com. We'll post that link in the chat. If you're on the limited replay, we'll put that in the pinned comment or the description or whatever. But here's the thing. This is all about getting momentum fast. And here's what's cool about VRA Fast Start is when you sign up, you get to attend a Fast Start welcome call with a YouTube expert coach. So when you jump on this web call, it's a small group call. And when you jump on here, you're meeting with real humans, not AI bots, real people, real YouTube experts, and you're going to get clear on your next steps. You're going to build momentum from day one, and you're going to start implementing with confidence. But here's what's cool. That's just the beginning. That's what's called VRA Fast Start. And that's a new thing that we're doing that you get access to immediately when you join today. But that's just the beginning, because the foundation of our entire program is what's called VRA Core, right? The core deeper dive. The cool thing about Fast Start is, man, you're going to be shocked by like how quickly this guided implementation experience will get you moving, right? But then you're going to have access to an ongoing learning resource that you can take at your own pace. It's called Video Ranking Academy, and it's everything you need for YouTube success. See, where most people are right now is they're guessing what to post, right? They're getting 27 views and giving up. And they're watching others win on YouTube, but they're wondering why it's not them. And so what if 45 days from now, you had your first ranked video bringing you daily views and leads? You finally knew exactly what to post each week. You stopped guessing and had a clear roadmap, and you were earning income even while you sleep. You know, this is the result of Video Ranking Academy, is if someone searches something, you're ranking in the top spots in search. And I would even say even more importantly, in a 2026 world, your videos are ranking because they're being recommended. It just means they're continuing to get views per hour. And Video Ranking Academy Core, that's the deep dive program that you can take at your own pace that has generated our students over 32.7 billion views. People wonder, does it still work today, or does it work for somebody who's just starting out? The answer is yes. This is Dr. Eye Health. He was a full-time eye doctor. Now he's like a full-time entrepreneur, business builder, and he's built this channel all the way to 1 million subscribers. He started with VRA. He said joining VRA was the single most impactful decision that accelerated his success on YouTube. This is Kelly Zitlow. She has 2 different channels, one that's kind of a consumer-facing loan channel, and then a B2B, like other loan officers type channel. And she's ranking videos, and she's generated tons of leads, closed real estate deals in 45 states, several home buyers, serves home buyers and teaches realtors, all from ranked videos on YouTube. This is Shauna. He's doing home theater, audio basics. This is Christina. She's doing like a faith-based channel, women's Bible study. This is Jennifer. She's doing sewing and DIY embroidery channel. So here's the deal. The system works in every niche, every type of channel. And here's how it breaks down. When you get into VRA Core, you get the on-demand training that you can watch anytime, anywhere, from a desktop, a tablet, our mobile app. And the new update for VRA, which we keep this updated with AI tools and resources, but rolling out in the next, June is the new batch of the update. Then the month following is the next batch of the update. And so this isn't some antiquated system. It continues to evolve. You also get the checklist, and then you also get group coaching. So here's what's cool is there's a private community and there's group coaching. So you have community, accountability, feedback, and real-time updates. What does that look like? That looks like monthly in the private group, there's Q&A. A couple channel reviews happen on every single one of those sessions. There's also what's called the VRA show, where you're learning from your peers, other business owners, other creators. And so you're also getting what's called like our never fall off accountability system. So throughout, there's prompts every week. It's so cool to be in this group. Just imagine you're like seeing people win. You're seeing people post their thumbnails on Thumbnail Thursday. People are giving each other feedback. Our coaches are in there. It's really cool. So that's the community group coaching aspect. And so you can get access to the full program, including VRA Fast Start, the core program at joinvra.com. So you might be asking, Sean, what's the investment to get in? Well, a couple things, One, you could try to figure this out on your own. But there is a hidden cost to DIY, do it yourself. Lost time, lost momentum, money burned, opportunity missed. Again, Video Ranking Academy is what I wish I had back when I had the epiphany of YouTube's superiority to all other social media platforms. When that hit me, views per hour, I was like, dude, I'm going all in on YouTube. Like, this is my plan. It's leverage. I was like, if I can just figure out how to rank videos, but every day you're not ranking a video is you're actually losing money. Like, you're losing money that you could be earning because that ranked video tomorrow could be getting views for weeks, months, and years to come, people clicking your links. So there's a hidden cost to do it yourself, because think about all the years I wandered and hit dead ends and wasted time. Well, when you have somebody who's already done the system and it's got a proven roadmap, it's priceless. Now you could also say, okay, well, I don't know if I want to do VRA. Maybe I'll look up my local community college or university and go the traditional path. Well, it's more expensive than you think, because it's not only going to be $10K to $55,000 per year for a digital marketing degree, let's say, which isn't even touched on YouTube, but it's going to be 2 years minimum, no ranked content, no audience, no guaranteed job. And in contrast, VRA teaches you real world skills to create income online right now. And what it normally costs to do this one-on-one with me, the current price for one-on-one coaching with me, or essentially 8 sessions, is $25,000. I've got 3 private clients right now. And if you are interested in that, reach out. But people always ask me, in that day, what are you talking about? And I'm like, I cover the exact systems that are already inside of Video Ranking Academy. So when you add up the course and the checklists and the group coaching and accountability, those individual pieces are valued at over $7,000. And this isn't like some made up number or hype or anything. We actually sell the program. The retail price of VRA on SeanCannell.com, my public website, is $3,997. But today we've got a special, price for you based on this class. And this is like really just the floor price of VRA as well. Like the best offer that you're going to see. It doesn't go lower than this. you could get lifetime access for $1,297 today. Now, we also have some flexible payment options available. And so you could pay $35,000 for a marketing degree and still not learn this, or you could pay $25,000 for a private day with me where I walk you through the same system you're getting access to right now. But today you can get everything, the training, the private group, the bonuses. I'll tell you about the bonuses in a second, for just the $1,300, or you could do flexible payment options as well. And we make it really affordable and practical for that. You could see this special offer at joinvra.com. On that page, you'll also see some stories, FAQs. And so check that out. And here's how we've structured our guarantee. This program is built to 10x your investment at your pace. Okay. So this isn't about instant results. It's about giving you lifetime access to a proven system that you can return to as you grow. And so again, you're going to love VRA Fast Start, 45 days. But then it's like you've got this resource, not just in 2026, but in 2027, 2028. No rushing, no pressure, just the time and clarity to implement. And if it doesn't feel right to you, within 30 days, you're fully protected with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Okay. So whether that's you join right now, whether that's 29 minutes from now or 29 days from now, if you email us and say, I'm not happy, we'll refund 100% of your money. If you could follow a recipe, you can rank videos. This is Jen Chapin. She does meal prep and cooking. This video right here, ranking number 1. This is Becky Park on Poshmark. She joined Video Ranking Academy. She's a choir teacher and started to talk about like her passion for going to, Poshmark, Value Village, Goodwill or whatever, buying stuff, flipping it on eBay or Mercari. And what's crazy is she eventually turned that into a 6-figure business. Her YouTube channel currently is, but she also didn't quit her job. The title of this training, we talk about going full-time on YouTube, but what's interesting is you get to design your business and your lifestyle. She's so in love with her students and being a choir teacher and her impact there. Her choir teacher job is her side hustle now. And her main thing is a 6-figure business that is based on her YouTube channel. But she joined VRA, and after a year of implementing, her channel grew 9,000 subs and she got almost 1 million views. She keeps going. It's crazy. This is Sandra. She's got over 6 million views following this system. But I want you to notice that her channel is in Spanish. The titles are in Spanish. She speaks Spanish in the videos. People wonder, does Video Ranking Academy work in other languages? The answer is yes. Okay, so you can see this. Now, you might be wondering, what's all this other stuff on here? I do need to briefly tell you about the bonuses, and then we'll get into some Q&A and some stuff like that. But this special offer is available at joinvra.com. And let me be clear, this is a limited offer. I mentioned that again. There's no other like floor price lower than this. But what is also different is at different times throughout the year, we can't always honor the different bonuses or the different things or that are included. So hear me out, because as you speak, when you get on the page, there will be a proper countdown clock, and that's not, any kind of weird false scarcity or anything. We do, close the doors and our offers and our pricing changes. So that's just me encouraging you to act fast at joinvra.com. Now, Simply Sherry said, my affiliate income grew 600% in 1 month because of VRA. Amar said, in less than 10 days, VRA has already paid for itself because new students have found my content on YouTube and scheduled private training with me. Look at this one. Trevor said, 2 weeks into the course, and I've already done $2,000 in affiliate commissions. This is like one of my favorite screenshots, because his entire channel had 1,500 views. His entire, not a video, his whole channel at the time of posting this had 1,500 views. If you've been doing YouTube for a while, you could post a YouTube short that's like horrible and get 1,500 views. You know what I mean? But not all views are created equal. He collected over $2,000 from higher ticket affiliate programs. We actually talk about that in our bonus program that you get access to called YouTube Money Secrets. But, it's wild. So it's like, this is the unknown thing that most people don't see. People don't we judge books by their cover, and we judge things by appearances? You might look at a channel. That channel only has 1,500 views. My channel's way bigger than that channel. Oh, did you collect the $2,000 yet? So it's like different ways of approaching things. And that's why we actually wanted to include some of these bonuses, because in addition to Video Ranking Academy, we've also included our YouTube Niche Finder program. Like if you don't know what to make your channel about, our Camera Confidence program, Video Editing Basics, and what I was just mentioning that we go deeper on what Trevor was doing in YouTube Money Secrets. This is a new program. We talk deeply about earning money from YouTube. It also comes with a copy of my newest and unreleased book, YouTube Money Secrets. And so I mentioned UGC earlier. That goes super deep in that. I mentioned not just affiliate market. By the way, what's actually, sorry, I get excited about things. This is such a cool, like if all you got was just this program, I think you'd thank me later and be like, well, that was mind blowing. And the level of insights with all the different ways of making serious money without a big channel. It's how small channels are making money on YouTube right now or making money from day one. And then you're also going to get the Video Creation Made Simple workshop. So this is over 6 bonuses valued at over $2,100, but they're all included when you join today, no extra charge. And then you're also going to get this new bonus training called AI for YouTube. Listen, I know there's all kinds of different feelings about AI, but aspects of AI, right, are so important to help you save time and get better results. You get access to this new bonus training that is showing the best AI tools and some of our internal AI tools, walking you through them so you can create content faster with more ease than ever before. And so when you look at, here's everything you get, just all on one page. You get Video Ranking Academy, the private group and accountability, the checklists, Niche Finder, Camera Confidence, Video Editing Basics, Video Creation Made Simple course, YouTube Money Secrets, and the new book, AI for YouTube workshop, VRA Fast Start, and the welcome call, right, where we're going to jump on and help you really get momentum fast. That is valued at over $10,000 broken out individually, right? And what you're saving is actually about 85% off. And what's the point of this? It's not overwhelm. Remember, Fast Start is about like, let's go. Like if all you got was Fast Start, you'll probably be like, I want you to remember, like you got it. Hey, we're here for you for life. You got the community, you got me, you got the coaches. But when you put all that together, it's not about overwhelm. It's about systematically mastering the strategy and learning new skills. A transformational 45 days, but then also a resource that's going to help you grow for years to come. And so if you don't know your niche, we've got a tool for that. If you're nervous on camera, we've got you. If you're confused by editing, we've simplified it. If you're struggling with titles, plug it into the AI tools we've designed. This isn't just education. This is activation. So you could get lifetime access for just $1,297, or we have some flexible payment plans. So you can break this down to as little as $115 a month. And whether you do a payment plan or you pay in full, you are going to get instant access to everything I've just described. And remember, this is lifetime access to VRA and yes, lifetime access to future updates. You know, Think Media is about 30 people now, W-2s based here in the US. And we recently had our 10-year anniversary, and we're obsessed with helping people win on YouTube. We're meeting all the time. Like even just the AI tools we're building that are already inside of the program, but we're tweaking them. We're improving them all the time. What's so cool about this is if you do pay in full, you have lifetime access. But even if you do your payment plan, as soon as it's paid off, you have access for life. So just to be clear, like there's no hidden fees or anything. It's just if you were to like not complete your payments, we would revoke access. But as soon as that thing's paid off, boom, you get all future perks. It's all upside. And so you also got that 30-day money back guarantee. And, you know, we continue to update things, but the AI tools that are available right now inside of your members area, you have the Niche Finder, the Title Genius, the Keyword Universe Builder, the Channel Optimizations Assistant, and the Rank Strategist is all in there. And so joinvra.com. Steve Panette said, I've been able to double my video viewership and increase the income in my business. Amy said, I made $50,000 off of YouTube listening to Sean Cannell. Carrie said, this is the kind of cool post that happened in the group. He broke down basically how he was earning about $10,000 a month from a 5,000 subscriber channel. He like broke it all down. It's kind of cool. This is Bobby Eberly. He's got a political channel doing like political news and stuff like that. And so lastly, as we land the plane, why VRA works when other stuff hasn't. Maybe you've tried some other programs. Maybe you've been a part of some other things. Here's the difference with this this is not based on trends. It's based on timeless strategy. And you're not doing it alone. You're doing it in a coaching community, and you're not guessing. You're following a step-by-step system, and it works for any niche, any audience size, and any stage. So again, you could go to joinvra.com. I'm going to bring Logan up here, but I think, and if you have any questions, put 4 question marks before or after, specifically about the offer, because I've tried to be as clear and as thorough as possible. I appreciate you because I want to make sure you know exactly what you're getting. But if you're unsure, hit me with a question, put 4 question marks before or after your question. You can ask us anything about YouTube, but everything you get is laid out there. You got the guarantee, lifetime membership. Go to joinvra.com or click the link that we'll post in the chat or the description or pinned comment. Just get there and definitely get in before the doors close, because you could see those bonuses, this offer. Some of our diehard community is aware that they've watched things change over the years. They've watched the price go up as we continue to improve the program and give you more support and more AI tools and all of that. But that's the full deal. And I'm excited because we got a lot more to come. I want to welcome Logan back. We'll do some Q&A, some giveaways, wherever else we go next. So Logan, take it away.
Thanks, Sean. I wanted to shout out a couple of our students here in Video Ranking Academy that are in the chat here. Seven Society, this is Dominic. He said, I never want to forget this because this was what really helped me ultimately get to my 1,000 goal last April and getting monetized. And shout out to Dominic because he just received his first YouTube check. Dominic, so exciting. I remember getting on a welcome call with him, and to see that today is absolutely incredible. And one other student I remember onboarding, Teach Yahweh. I joined your program 2 years ago, and I'm very successful, a living testimony. Incredible. I believe she's at 4,000 subscribers right now. So very stoked to see that, and wanted to shout out a couple of our students here. So thank you so much for being here, VRA fam. And if you are tuning in here and you are still hearing my voice, that means we still have a giveaway that we're going to be doing here in just a little bit. And I also wanted to have a couple reminders. One, your email inbox. We sent out a free action guide to your email, so be sure to check out for that. You can check your spam, your trash folders. It will be coming from Think Media. Now, I also wanted to pull up the Join VRA page, so hopefully y'all can see this okay. So what this is going to look like for you is at the very top of the page, you'll see a few different things: payment plans, pay in full. If you scroll down, there's some different student testimonials. So different niches. If you're like, hey, will this work for my niche? We have different niches represented on this page here for you. And what is included? I know we covered a lot. Sean gave a lot of what's included. Incredible bonuses, may I add. So if you're wanting a visual of what you're going to be receiving when you join Video Ranking Academy, it's all on this page here for you. And if we keep scrolling down, again, we can go to the payment plan section and whatever is best for you right now. And like Sean mentioned, there is a 30-day refund period. So I think, Sean, that's one of my favorite things that we do here. And it's really because we believe in the value of Video Ranking Academy. We have seen it change countless lives of creators. Just a couple that I was able to shout out that are here in the chat with us right now. And that is not even the tip of the iceberg of the countless channels that VRA has helped. And I know that Sean did cover a lot of information, lots of notes. I'm sure you have lots of notes at the very top of this session when he was talking about the 7R system. That is a system you can apply to every single video you create on YouTube. So if you're feeling stressed out or overwhelmed, maybe you're a busy parent, you're working multiple jobs, and you're feeling like YouTube is a pipe dream because you don't have the time, that is what Video Ranking Academy was created for. It is saving you time. Like Sean mentioned, we're not leaving you to DIY it. It's a system, a repeatable system for every single video. It starts at the ideation phase. It's not, okay, now that you've pressed record, here's what you're going to do. It starts at the very beginning of each video. So if you're looking for something to apply to every video and help you save time and get momentum faster, don't wait. join Video Ranking Academy. We would love to see you and connect with you, hear what your goals are for your channel, and get you onboarded and ultimately get momentum faster and monetized. YouTube does not have to be a pipe dream. We would love to see you in Video Ranking Academy. Sean, I will bring you back up here in just a moment and we'll do a little bit of Q&A. I know there's some great YouTube questions here in the chat, so thank you for dropping those. And we'll also be doing the giveaway here. So I'm going to be bringing Sean back up. We will rapid fire through some of these questions. We want to honor your time here. So thank you if you are still here, and we'll be doing the giveaway for the live stream kit as well, which I am stoked about, Sean.
I'm so pumped. All right, Logan, what are we doing next?
All right, I'm going to give you a couple questions. I'll rapid fire. I know some of these might be more in depth, but the very first one I see here is from the Inspired Athlete. Would this work for a podcast on YouTube?
Oh man, absolutely. In fact, we love all kinds of content here. We have people in the community that are vloggers. We have people in the community that are doing all kinds of different stuff that could be athletes, tax professionals, pastors, moms, all kinds of different things. But one of my personal obsessions is video podcasting. And there's actually an advanced section of Video Ranking Academy. I mean, number one, it's foundationally you get the system, fast start, but you can know that there's already a thing in the members area. It's about an hour long on specifically video podcasting. And video podcasting, sometimes it's kind of what people go, what does that even mean? But it's just the fact that YouTube is the biggest podcast platform in the world. Meaning if you turn the camera on, you've got the video content, right? But then you also can distribute that audio to YouTube Music. And then you can strip the audio and distribute it to Apple, iTunes. And then you can distribute it to Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So 100%. It's like, in a way, I don't want to say that, yeah, it's one of our specialties. But the program covers all the different formats. But yes, we love video podcasting.
Love video podcasting. All right. My next one here is War with the Flesh. And Sean, specifically in regards to Video Ranking Academy, what causes the biggest failure you see? And then part 2, what is the biggest mindset shift that brings results?
A really good question. Yeah, I think what causes the biggest failure, there's probably 2 big failures. I think the biggest failure is overthinking. Is overthinking, hesitating to start or not starting and sticking with it. And I don't blame people, but it's don't complain about the results you didn't get from the work you didn't do. So, you gotta do the work. And yeah, so the biggest failure would be, starting and sticking with it to get that momentum going. But then I think number 2 is, I'm actually gonna put it this way. I think it's not taking our niche finder course. And what I mean by that, not strategizing your channel, because niche finder is actually a bonus. And even people who know what their channel is about or their channel positioning is about will take that course and be like, this just changed my whole life. It had me retool my brand, the buckets of content I'm going to be creating. And here's what I mean. A lot of people make selfish content on YouTube. They make selfish content. What do I mean? They kind of make the content they want to make. Now I get it. There's a tension here. It's your tube. You can make whatever content you want to make. But if you do that, then you need to accept whatever results come. And this was a mistake I was making. I was like, hey, in today's video, I'm not going to be energetic or entertaining. I'm just going to talk about what I want. And if you like it, you should subscribe. Bad plan. Now, I was certainly posting videos, so I had to learn. And what I learned is you start to actually learn marketing. You start to learn demand, supply and demand. You start learning about actually doing some market research and positioning your channel properly. So we help plenty of people who maybe want to do YouTube as a hobby, but what causes the biggest failure you see is an unwillingness to be teachable and to perhaps rethink your strategy. To try to say that in a more simple way, sometimes people are almost hard-headed. Well, I'm just going to do what I want to do. Well, fine. But if you're just doing what you want to do and you're not getting results, look at our student results. But you got to follow the checklist. Well, I don't love that part. We're going to get you to rank videos. We're going to get you to earning money. We're going to do that. But there's some resistance to that. Well, but what I want to do is I just want to make this channel. Okay, that's up to you, but you clearly didn't actually go through our checklists. And so you need to, if that makes sense. What's the biggest mindset shift that brings results? I'll give you 2 for that one as well. I think one of the biggest mindset shifts is actually, I'll figure this out on my own. I think the moment you identify a desired goal in your life, of course, you might be able to figure it out on your own, but like, that's such a vigilante, like martyr path. Like, why go through all that pain? Like, I'm not trying to minimize the money, but like, let's think about the $1,300. Okay. Have you ever heard of the 10-10-10 rule? The 10-10-10 rule is this: if something bad or good happens in your life, how am I going to feel about this in 10 minutes? How am I going to feel about this in 10 months? And how am I going to feel about this in 10 years? This is good if something negative happens, because 10 minutes later, you're still fuming. And 10 months later, you're maybe still like dealing with some stuff. But 10 years later, you've probably moved on. But let's think about spending $1,300. I'm not minimizing the money, but you invest the $1,300 today. You do the payment plan. You might be like, shoot, like, was that, and, even, or, 10 weeks later, right? You might be like, we had to dig deep. I talked to my family, kind of redid some stuff, flipped some stuff on Facebook Marketplace. Like, it's kind of cool. Like, when we've seen people that get serious, they can find the money, and if you can't, you shouldn't join. Like, if you don't have the money, it's not the right for you. But if you're serious about YouTube, it's a lot of times like, oh, honey, if we just don't go out to eat like one time a month, that's $115 if you do the payment plan. And I always like to think 10-10-10 rule, 10 years later, will you be thinking about the $1,300? No, there's been a lot of stuff in your life that, probably some spending you've done. I'm not minimizing it, but it's like not that big a deal. But so then flip it. What would it be worth to go faster, to get into a system and to get results, and not having such a vigilante mindset, but to just be like, you know what? These guys know what they're doing. They got also 30-day money back guarantee. So I can they are very confident that they can get me this result. So I think it's the mindset shift is the mindset shift of getting help and investing in the transformation that you want to experience in your life. I've learned that when you pay attention. And not only do you get the systems and the program, but you get some skin in the game. Light a fire under your butt. Jump into the program, and get some skin in the game and start compounding those results in the next 45 days. And then let's build together. Okay. So that's one mindset. And then I think the other biggest mindset shift that gets results is MIA. 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 It stands for massive imperfect action. And so that's 3 steps. It means, number 1, massive. I think what some people do is they, it's like they do like one thing. They watch and you could take, look, we have students, some people, the cool thing about this program is we have some individuals who are like, yeah, I bought your program. Life was kind of tough, but then I'm getting back to it. The cool thing is you're investing in a resource with lifetime access you can come back to. But if we're talking about building, because that's what you're asking, what's going to really bring results? Like flipping your mindset to be like, dude, my 2026 is about to be a different level of energy. And here's what I mean. Massive action could include increasing the volume and speed at which you're learning, at which you're posting videos, at which you're practicing. It also could be decreasing the stuff you should be saying no to for a while. Because if you really want to get some momentum on YouTube, it's your pace. It's not for everybody, but I know I'm talking to some, and I know this for myself. It's called the law of sacrifice. Sometimes you got to give up to go up. I heard one guy say, if you live like no one else, eventually you can live like no one else. So I like to think about, okay, yeah, what if I actually cut some things off my credit card? Too radical. What if I actually spent a little less on entertainment and instead invested in education and invested in this asset on my YouTube channel? Like massive action, like doing stuff. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Yeah, I'm canceling plans. Yeah, I'm redoing my schedule. Yeah, I'm posting videos. I'm going through the VRA Fast Start implementation program. Massive action. But number 2 is imperfect. I see what happens is sometimes too many people are like, oh, I need to learn everything perfect before I post my first video. We've discovered that you learn by doing. And so there's like a rhythm. You hang out with us, you go in the group, you watch your videos, but then you post a video. Even that's kind of sucks and you don't even love it. Like it's not great yet. But then you learn a little bit more and then you post a video. Massive, imperfect. The third one, action. Taking actions. Get into the training, watch the videos, post the video, keep learning. Massive and perfect action. What's the biggest mindset shift that brings results? Massive and perfect action. And we have a resource that we'll hook everybody that's joining up with. It's called the 5-hour YouTube work week. And so I'm not saying this needs to be all consuming, because for some of us, you don't got a lot of, you're like, well, shoot, it's not really, there's not much I can cut. I got the soccer games. I got the thing. We got you. Your race, your pace. Well, I'm sure some of us here are feeling my energy a little bit. Like, you're right, Sean. If I really locked in, you'd be shocked how much progress you could make if you killed some distractions, said no to a few things, locked into this, started to also say, like, I'm just watching too much stuff. Like, I mean, I'm watching all this. I got information overload. Let me actually shut down the noise a little bit and lock into a system that can get me some momentum and results. MIA is the mode. Massive and perfect action. All right, Logan, what's next?
Amazing. Love that. And also, Sean, what you were saying about the mindset shifts, that's like from a wide array of creators too. And it's so interesting that they really are so similar. Like, regardless of your niche, get into a community of creators on YouTube that get it. Because if you have any of those mind shift or roadblocks that you're trying to overcome, get into community, surround yourself with other people that are going to call you higher and who have also been there. Truly, the community is so huge. And Sean, you were talking about Niche Finder. Just today at one of our coaching calls, there was a creator, his name's Hannah, and he said, I thought I was going to have my business channel. That's what my YouTube channel was going to be about. I got into Niche Finder, scrapped that. He's doing a channel about swimming because it's his passion, and his video ranked, and he's only at 27 subscribers. So it completely transformed his whole entire channel and what he's going to pursue on YouTube. So Niche Finder is so good, you guys. It's amazing. Okay, I want to shout out a couple more people, hit a couple questions, and then we'll do the giveaway. So if you are hanging on to the edge of your seat, we are getting there. The Transporter Room said, I've thoroughly enjoyed the community and all of the tools that we have access to through VRA. Shout out to Maddie, said, love VRA, get in. Amazing. And Saya Tonga said, all right, taking the plunge.
Let me hit 2 things really quick. And this is interesting because, I want to encourage y'all, this VRA Fast Start thing, this like rank your first money-making YouTube video in 45 days or less. This is a new thing that we've been building right now in light of what's happening right now. And here's what I mean. Sia Tonga said, or Sia said, that's my problem, information overload. Yeah, that's everybody's problem right now. Because what's interesting, and then here's another one. How do you keep from going down a rabbit hole with AI tools? When using an AI tool, gives you recommendations. You're right. And then all of a sudden, though, it gives you like 100 pages and 40 different titles, and there's AI slop in there. And I've been on this kick lately on number 1, AI is number 1, underrated. Like, wow, it's a big, like, it can really be helpful. But number 2, it's overrated. And I bet you're feeling that. Like, AI is overrated. Like, sometimes you get to the end of like a Chat GPT session and like it just flattered you and told you your own thoughts back to you and it led you down. So the reason I bring that up is actually everything that this is also why there's redesigns to VRA itself is, this might sound kind of like a bold statement because, like, I guess technically VRA is an online course, but I think online courses are dead. That's why we've transformed this program to be a guided implementation experience. Not only have I studied adult learning theory, and not only have I been doing this for 10 years and I taught at a Bible college and all of that, but we actually have one of our content creators. He teaches on Think Media. His name's Craig Pruitt. His background is in education. Like, he spent time designing curriculum at a university in Oregon. He's part of our team. And so we're going through this process, helped shape VRA Fast Start, and we're redesigning it for exactly what you're saying. So good news, y'all. We've solved that because you go into the VRA Fast Start, and that's why it's a guided implementation experience, not an online course you'll never finish. And then what's cool is because you also are getting the high touch experience. I'm just so like, again, we have AI tools and AI is great and we will help you, weed through the overwhelm of all of that. And AI is a big deal. But what Logan just said, like on one of the coaching calls, we're humans. We're here. And AI is an assistant, but it is super flawed and it's actually weak in a lot of areas. So I think the human aspect and the community of our group but also information is not what this is about. It's about transformation. It's about actually walking you through a process that's organized and designed to hack your psychology, your motivation, to avoid overwhelm. And here's actually what all you got to do is you just go to joinvra.com, decide whether you want to do a full payment or payment plan, enter your credit card information and check out, and schedule your welcome call. That's it. You go to joinvra, check out, and schedule your welcome call, and let us guide you through a guided implementation experience. Because if you're like me, and I still am a big fan of online courses, and I still watch them, and I still learn from them, and I love content, but I'm getting the information overwhelmed too. It's like, when am I going to watch that? When am I going to consume all that? That's why this is a guided implementation experience. And I just wanted to hit that because I'm seeing this theme, and our whole team is committed to reducing information overwhelm and increasing your results, your momentum. And so I'm excited. All right, back to you.
Yeah, we're very passionate about simplifying the process for you. That is our goal here at Video Ranking Academy. We want to take that stress off of your shoulders of trying to decipher all of the information and what's working and what's not. And so with these updates, Sean, I'm super stoked to keep it fresh like we always do and to help continue simplify the process for our Video Ranking Academy students. Okay, I kind of like this question. What if you post a video and you hate it? Delete or re-record?
Well, if you post a video, I would leave it, like, by the way, I mean, I hate my first video that I played for you earlier, but I also love it because it's part of the process. If a bad video comes out on YouTube, guess what happens? Nothing happens. Like, it just doesn't get views. People don't watch it. And so maybe you were talking about mindsets. I'll give you another mindset. I think when you're starting up YouTube, you should count uploads and not views. You should count uploads and not views, because that's the win. So rather than thinking you hate it, no, you posted a video. Move on, but keep learning and improve from that last one. Now, the thing you can also do, definitely don't delete it. At least you can make it private or unlisted. We think the stakes are so high. If I post this video on YouTube, Frank or Sarah from high school might see it. And she was always so critical. And like my mom, who always, was insinuating that I was, needed to lose a few pounds, and her negative speech echoes in my mind. Sorry, am I triggering someone's trauma or something? You know what I mean? Like these people, they're not watch. Like, no one will see it. We like overthink and I get it. I'm not minimizing the different fear and overthinking, but it's like, count uploads and not views at the start and keep learning. And here's another thing. Like, what's interesting is, even if you were to, another thing is, don't be afraid of repeating yourself. Because sometimes some individuals that are on here, they might be like, well, I don't know how I would do YouTube for 5 years, or 10 years to really build a thing. I'd run out of things to say. No, you won't. Because number one, the world keeps changing and you keep growing. But number two, the cool thing about YouTube is, a lot of times you're going to say the same things over and over, but you'll say them to new people because you're going to learn how to rank videos. You take some of the biggest channels, and whatever their expertise is, and like, there's a level of repetition that happens, but the art form, and we go through this deeply in the curriculum. You know, we were in Vegas at a recent event, and I was talking to somebody, and that we were kind of thinking about that. Like, how do I come up with new things to say? And one of the things I learned is people are always trying to come up with new things to say. They're trying to come up with new things to say to new people. And I'm like, by the way, like if you're an accountant and one thing I've learned about accountants is that like creative photographers, that's a good thing. Creative accountants, that's a way to get in jail or get fined by the IRS. You know what I mean? Like, so it's kind of like the principles might be the same. And so this is what I was coaching this person in Vegas. I say, what you actually need to figure out is how to say the same things in new ways to new people. You know, some of the biggest people that like their main framework or their core genius, a lot of it's about different formats, different creativity, different things. And so I guess my point is, you know, if you go back to eventually I started the channel Think Media, the first video was ridiculous. It wasn't very good. It wasn't produced well. But from like a vision standpoint, I was like, hey guys, the internet's going to be big. That was like my first video. It's funny. And I was like, media is going to be important and people should be using social media. Fast forward to 2026. And I'm out here on YouTube Shorts being like, hey y'all, you should be on YouTube. It's like, you know, but maybe we just met. That could be true for you too. Like you just met me. I've been saying this stuff. Here we are. So when you learn how to rank videos that get discovered and to say, in a way, the same things, and again, sometimes but you know what I mean? Like if you're a tax strategist, like most of the tax code is the same, but each year they add new things. But when you learn how to say the same things in new ways, new packaging, new formats, and you keep getting better, because repetition is the father of learning and the mother of mastery. Anyways, that's what I would say. So, but that was a little off track there. Yeah, don't delete it. Keep going. Post another one. Don't overthink it.
War with the flesh. I hope that's helping you if you're trying to push through because you are not liking your videos you're posting. Count the uploads, not the views. Sean, what do you say about getting some drum rolls in here?
I'm ready.
Hitting our live stream kit giveaway. I'm going to show just one more time what this is because I'm so excited about it. It is this incredible Hollyland Lyra webcam. We're also going to be giving away this Hollyland Lark wireless mic that is so easy to use if you are tech adverse and feeling like you're just trying to figure out how to even press record and upload your YouTube video. Both of these are so seamless and easy to use. We love both of them. And there's also going to be this light kit included. So you have 2 light panels that are going to be in this live stream kit giveaway. And one person is going to be winning this today from answering the question in the chat, which was, let us know your light bulb moment from today's teaching. So I already see some drum rolls in the chat. Love it. Amazing.
All right. I got a ruler. These are my favorite rulers for underlining books in my Bible. And I got my IKEA plant. It's fake.
Perfect. That's what I was hoping to see. Here we go for the live stream kit giveaway winner. Congratulations to Courageous Wisdom Now. Let's go. My light bulb moment was all the different ways to earn money with and through YouTube. I'm so glad you caught that differentiation there that Sean mentioned. There was over 20 different ways to make money on YouTube. So to claim your live stream kit giveaway, please reach out to us at thinkmediasupport.com so that we can get that to you. I wanted to shout out a couple different people here as well. Signed up Disciple Life Coach. I've been watching you for over a year. Your integrity convinced me over all others.
Congratulations. Hey, welcome to the fam. Future looks bright.
Rodney here said, yes, Niche Finder is so legit. I couldn't agree more, Rodney. And I also saw one other person in the chat here, which is not Barbara, Brandon Pitts. Here we go. He was actually in our countdown timer, Sean, and he's almost at 10,000 subscribers in under 6 months. He joined in November, posted in December, and he's already helping people tremendously with coaching. And the power of YouTube is insane. If really just one person you can help, is it going to be worth it? Barbara, I saw you in the chat saying you're scared to press record, and there's someone else waiting for you on the other side of you getting over that and pressing record and putting yourself out there to hear what you have to say. And Brandon is proof of that. He has very limited time, is working over 50 hours a week, and is helping men lose weight and change their lives because it's something he's done as well. And so, regardless of your niche, if you're here thinking, I'm not sure, I just want to assure you there is the widest array of niches inside of Video Ranking Academy. And I feel confident encouraging you to sign up, get into the program, and let us help you get momentum faster and simplify your creation process. Truly, we would be honored and we would love to see you. So, with that being said, let's hit a couple more questions, Sean, and then we can close out here for everyone that is probably needing to get on with their afternoon.
Sounds
Here we
good.
go. Does that mean it's better to start a new channel instead of trying to get going with a barely started and no upload for years channel?
If you've done no uploads, it's Vonda's Creations, Vonda Gray 4113. We definitely would, number one, we would do a rebrand, and we actually have an AI tool that does it in seconds that helps you really get fierce clarity on kind of like your whole channel strategy, right? There's the niche finder one, and then we also have this thing called channel optimizer. So if you have no uploads, no, I mean, you could start on the same channel. The good news, there is something about, if I am going to give you advice though, is I think I would start a new channel, because here's just what we're seeing. We're seeing YouTube actually give some favor to new channels. And what I mean is, it's like Sherry was a good example, and there's people building niche channels. It's just like a fresh algorithm. Now, you have an interesting question, because the question we usually get is like, well, I've posted like 10 videos, but then I post for a while. So I just would be like, if I'm you, I'd probably start another channel, because I'm unsure if a channel that's old with no uploads is kind of like gonna get the same freshness of a new channel. And here's the really cool news. Again, if you already have momentum in your same niche, you don't need a same channel. If you've already in momentum, I don't mean momentum. If you already have some subscribers and you're going to stay in the same niche, you're going to stay in the same topic, build on the channel you already have. And you have already posted videos. But if you're starting from scratch, or if you have a channel that talked about something or talked about random stuff, and you're jumping into Video Ranking Academy, or you're just watching this, and you jump into Video Ranking Academy and you go through Niche Finder, that's what happens. Niche Finder messes people's lives up in the best way possible. They're like, oh my goodness, okay. I mean, if I'm actually going to be like fully fulfilled and fully in line with my strength and fully best position to make money and fully best, I maybe should pivot. The really cool thing is when you start a fresh channel with super fierce clarity, you condition the algorithm from day one in terms of, and you could break out. And we proved it. Like Sherry posted her first video and boom. So that just tells you YouTube will look at your first video. It looks at what you upload, how it's optimized, what you say in it, what it's about, and it can blow up. So there's something about starting a fresh channel. Now, you might have nuanced questions back and forth on that one. What I would encourage you is, we'll cover that on the welcome call with you individually as well. You know what I mean? So you're going to get that fast start welcome call, small group. We got our Think Media YouTube expert coaches there. Look, you could share screen, look at your situation, go, okay, this is what you should exactly do if others here, so that I know time is limited. But those are a few thoughts. The good news in 2026 is YouTube is definitely promoting new channels. And if you have a good launch strategy, which we'll build with you in VRA, then you can blow up in a very real way right now.
All right, my next one is from the Creative Dad. It sounds like he's also just starting out. Could I start with shorts? Because for years I've been naive with wanting to do a format that's always creating friction with my actual lifestyle as a full-time parent. So I'm never consistent.
No, 100%. You totally can. Yeah. Like you could go through phases. And I mean, the simple answer is yes. And, one of the things included in here is a YouTube Shorts, kind of like mini, it's pretty substantial. It's very tactical, but it's in there. VRA is the 7 steps, 100% relevant to shorts. And we will, walk you through all that stuff. And I love that you brought this up, because for the season of life, you want to work on what works for you. So absolutely, we love YouTube Shorts, and we do cover that.
And Creative Dad, I do think, and I just want to encourage you. I think we would be able to help you reframe what that looks like, the structure in your week, and finding pockets of time to possibly create a long form video when it might seem impossible and it might seem like shorts are your only option. We would love to help you kind of look at your week and think, okay, how can you implement the 7R and reverse engineer and actually hit all of the different steps in a smaller amount of time? So if you have been doing it on your own, just know that that is Video Ranking Academy. It will save you time and possibly get long form content out there as well, and as well as creating your shorts. So
it's a really good point. And we mentioned that 5-hour YouTube work week thing. And yeah, I would agree. There's possibilities in your schedule. I mean, I don't know your exact situation, but also, you know, I got a 3-year-old, 5-year-old. It's insanity over here. So yeah, figuring out what works for you. That's a great point, Logan. And all right, what's the next?
all right. When do we bring on our tax man? Before we set up or after?
Well, I don't know exactly what you mean. You probably don't need a tax man unless you have some kind of business or anything. You know, A, this is not financial advice. I don't have any letters after my name, like, you know, certified financial planner or anything. B, you know, I've built a multi-8, you know, figure business and have dealt with a lot of taxes and stuff and have been at different stages. I'll never forget a conversation I had with a CPA, and they said, when does like it really make sense, you know, to get a tax strategist or something like that? And a lot of times that might be around 6 figures a year or something. You do not need a tax man before you set up your channel. We've seen, there's this like internal joke where sometimes people trip out. And by the way, again, this is, do what you will. It's always smart to, you know, be safe or whatever. But some people are like, okay, before I start my YouTube channel, should I start an LLC? And I mean, you can do what you want to do, but it's like, before I start my YouTube channel, should I get business cards and a website? Before I start my YouTube channel, or, you know, really get serious, should I get my tax man? You know, just different things like that. And one of two answers: no, I don't think you need to do any of that. You should start your YouTube channel, which, if Free Spirit 922, it's already started. You should get your first video posted in the next 24 hours. You know, you should move fast. And then even if you want to do some of those other things, you could do them simultaneously. Others here, my thought is you probably already have an LLC if you're a business owner, right? You have some kind of thing for whether that's limited liability. We also will coach you through this, but not everybody really needs to do this, but doctors, lawyers and stuff, there's some disclaimers, right? That you also, you know, this is for educational purposes only. It's and it covers your bases on like kind of those technical things as well. But yes, advice on how to get the proper tax person installed is not part of VRA's Fast Start, and not something that, you know, most of us should even worry about.
Awesome. All right. I'll pull up maybe 2 more. Here's Sean. What about deleting comments that aren't vulgar but are negative? For example, your video sucks type of comments.
Yeah, you know, that's up to you. And I would say that one, to succeed on YouTube or just to put yourself out there, I do want to encourage individuals. I think it's an important mindset to have a soft heart, but thick skin. You know, the internet and comment sections can kind of be a dumpster fire sometimes. And if people are doing bad behavior, I think they should be accountable for that behavior, but I give them a little bit of grace because people could be a little bit crazy because the internet's anonymous. So you keep a soft heart, have thick skin, and maybe just, you know, always be thinking about what people are going through. Number 2, here's what I would do. But if somebody just like outright, like, your video sucks, that's so rude. You know, if you think about it, like, it's so like, I want to extend the person grace and be like, man, they must be going through something, or they clearly have some stuff, like, have that perspective. And also, like, that's not somebody I'm going to let stay in my environment. You know what I mean? Like, I actually probably spent too many years being passive in some, you know, sometimes toxic relationships, or sometimes you allow people in your life that are abusive, or that like just do stuff that you just absolutely shouldn't tolerate as a human. So here's my thought. Did you know you can flag words Like you can flag words so that comments go direct to spam if like a certain person was like always critiquing your hair or teeth or something like that, or like saying certain things. If that word is used in a comment, it goes straight to spam. You could do that in your settings. Number two, you get to set up your culture of your channel. So I think so. Like there would, like, meaning back to the empathetic side, I'm like slow to click ban user, but you can click on someone's comment and say like ban user from the channel. And I think you should. If someone came into my house and was like, dude, your chicken sucks. If I was like cooking dinner, I'd be like, all right, bro, you're not going to be in my house anymore. You know what I mean? Like, or just, you could have said it. And so sometimes, you know, one strike, maybe, you know, two strikes, you're out. I guess what I've learned is we found that we've seen a lot of disarming that happens. If we just make like one, sometimes if someone says your video sucks, I might reply and be like, is everything going okay with you? Not to be like passive aggressive, you know, but sometimes like, you know, like I'm working hard on these videos, but honestly, like that seems kind of rude, but I'm just wondering if you're doing okay. We've seen like people are like, dude, I didn't know you would actually reply to me. That's kind of crazy. You're right. That was kind of rude. I'm sorry. That's kind of cool. But let me encourage everybody listening. Your mental health matters most. You get to set boundaries, just like you should set boundaries. And that's maybe one of the lessons. I didn't even really know what boundaries were until like even like 2 years ago or something. So, you know, and it's like, you can set boundaries. You can start realizing like, no, that's not how humans treat each other. Like this is unacceptable. That's like super rude. Like you get to control your space, and you can control your sound. You can ban people. You could flag words. And you, I think, should think about having, if you will, like a culture of respect, decency. This is your channel. This is your brand. You know, we do events. If someone came to our event and was being rude or hostile to us or rude to somebody else, you're out of here. By the way, we've fired people from our program. Hey, like, you know what? They didn't even ask for a refund. You know what? Like, here's your money back. Because like our private group, respect, decency, diversity is great. Diverse opinions is great. Constructive criticism is great. But if something goes past that threshold, like, bro, you're a jerk. You know, no bullies allowed. No a-holes allowed. Empathy sometimes, and same thing in relationships. Like sometimes you have a healthy relationship. I'm kind of going deep looking. It's like, and, you know, sometimes in relationships, it's not like someone's not a bully because they brought something one time, but when patterns happen. That's why I sometimes think it's like, it's interesting. And then also knowing you're going to get strays, like pick your battles. So yeah, delete the comment, you know, you can kind of judge it on a case-by-case basis. But that flag words thing is pretty cool. You know, we've coached a lot of different creators, and mental health is a big deal. And they started like, you want to keep yourself in a creative space. And I know I'm going long here, but I also think the power of YouTube can sometimes be constructive criticism. Your video sucks is like flagrant, and yes, delete, ban, that type of thing. But sometimes someone might say something that's not that blunt, that feels harsh. One of the most powerful things I've learned is like, if there's a grain of truth in it, it still might be rude, but okay, I can hear that. Like, let's talk. This is human relationships. There's a little, you probably could have presented it better, but okay, that's fair. And one of the ways I've grown on YouTube and improved my content is by listening to all different types of feedback. So I hope that makes sense. I think that sometimes it's kind of a case-by-case basis, maybe flag some words. And I don't know who needs to hear this today though, but just like maybe in your personal life, if maybe you kind of grew up codependent or a little bit passive, or you let people walk on you, and Boundaries, good book by Henry Cloud, right? Is like sometimes an underdeveloped area to be like, wait a minute, I actually shouldn't let people talk to me that way or treat me that way. Huh. I've sure done that for a while. Wonder where I learned that from, you know? Side note, betterhelp.com affiliate link down below. I'm just kidding. Like, you know, I've been like therapist talk. And so the same thing, dude, this is your world. I'm going to set boundaries around this is the way we do it here. This is the acceptable. Hey, everyone's welcome. You don't have to believe what we believe, background, diversity, you know, everyone's welcome, but there's standards for being allowed to remain in community. And some of us, I think, could be a little bit more bold with kicking people out of our community. Like, it just didn't meet this. And hey, no harm. Maybe it's us, not you, but yeah, I just don't want you here anymore. This is my world, the place that I'm creating, and no bullies allowed. This is going to be a place where we build people up. We're being encouraging. Constructive criticism is welcome because we all want to get better. I want feedback, but there's a way to do that. And that's a few thoughts.
Yeah, I love that, Sean, especially with the idea of community building. If they're willing to talk to you that way, the people that you're protecting and building up in your community, what's going to stop them from doing the same thing to those people? So that's also a little bit of a duty. If you feel like, oh, I can't say that, that's rude, or oh, I don't want to do that, oh, I feel bad, they can just say whatever. Know that you're also protecting the people that you are building a community for. And so I hope that makes you feel empowered. I loved your answer, Sean. So good. All right. Are you ready for my last question here for you?
I am.
All right. Does the 5-week fast start program start on specific dates, or do you choose when to start that after you join?
Yeah. So the 5-week fast start program is with the welcome call. We're going to get you set up. And actually, here's a cool thing about the fast start welcome call is that's going to be self-paced, but you're going to be getting like prompts. You're going to be getting emails. It's going to walk you through to set deadlines and stuff like that. And so it does not start on specific dates. That's thing number one. But you do choose to start after you join. But 3, Sophie, all you got to do, again, I don't know if you join or not, or whether it's right for you, VRA.com, pick either payment plan or one pay, join and schedule the welcome call. And here's the cool thing with the welcome calls. How long after do they happen, Logan? When's the next one? I mean, I'm putting you on the spot.
Welcome call Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
There you go. So Tuesday and Wednesdays every week?
Yes, every week.
So Sophie, jump on the welcome call, on the 3rd or the 2nd next week. But if you're too busy, no big deal. Then jump on the 9th or the 10th. Oh, if you're too busy, then jump on the 16th. You know what I mean? And you get to the welcome call, and here's what's really cool about that. Again, you're not just getting the fast start and VRA core and those bonuses, but the power of being on there with one of our YouTube expert coaches is we get to learn a little bit about you, get to learn about where you're at, and potentially point you to be like, oh, Sophie, yeah, okay, here's your plan. We actually want you to go through Niche Finder first. And then we're going to have you go through, and then I think Fast Start next, and then VRA Core. But there might be some others that are on here that it's like, actually, what we want you to do is dive into the VRA Advanced section and go to this module and this module, because if you're here, that's going to bring a breakthrough for you because we get to see where you're at. So, that's another reason why this isn't just like an online course that you get and never actually finish, but it's a guided implementation experience. So really the one thing to do, Sophie, is just get to that welcome call, and they happen every Tuesday and Wednesday. And anybody that's on this, maybe you're on the fence, you're here, you're thinking about summer, in fact, hit me with I know we're landing the plane, but if you're here, you have a chance to respond and you're thinking about joining, but you're on the fence, why? What is you want to join, but you're not joining right now? I mean, I'm here to answer your question. Type in the chat, what's holding you back? Let me know. Is it something about your schedule or the season of life, or, oh, it's like summer, I'll join later? What I would encourage you is lock it in now, because again, if you don't do your welcome call until after you get back from that couple weeks in June, we're here for you. You can lock in. It's happening every Tuesday and Wednesday. But lock it in now, because you're going to get these bonuses, you're going to get these resources, and you could start that momentum immediately, but you could take the program at your pace. And so VRAfam.com to lock it in. All right. Is there any more
Yes.
questions?
I see one actually with War with the Flesh said, I might need to sell a couple things on eBay, but want to sign up this week. And he also mentioned money is the only constraint right now, which you're not alone, War with the Flesh. And Sean, you've coached hundreds, if not thousands of creators and seen a multitude of people come through VRA who have also had that same constraint before joining the program. Do you have any encouragement for War with the Flesh?
About which question?
money is the only issue about joining VRA.
Yeah. I mean, okay, listen, I mean, on the one hand, I have two thoughts when it comes to money. If you have the funds or have access to the funds, this is the time, like, join, like, if you want to get serious about YouTube. Now, if you legitimately don't have the funds or you don't have access to the funds, whether you know somebody or whatever, then this wouldn't be the time to join. You know, this isn't some high pressure sales thing or whatever. What I would encourage you, and I love it, you're already very enterprising and industrious, I can tell, because you mentioned I might need to sell some things on eBay. That, I think, is such an unlock. Is a lot of times, again, I'm not minimizing the $1,300. I realize it's an investment or the payment plan, but for 99% of people, I mean, especially like living in the US or, you know, UK, Canada type of, you know, situations, it's like you got thousands of dollars in your garage. You know what I mean? It's like, you haven't gone fishing, you haven't used that exercise equipment, you haven't. And not only is that stuff collecting dust, but over here, it's also not a money-making opportunity. You know, like, I could fish and sell the fish. It's like you've got this opportunity on YouTube. And so that is definitely my thought, is to like sit down, make a plan. You know, I was buying some Nintendo Switch games off Facebook Marketplace the other day, just because I'm a sucker for a good deal. You know, I'm on Facebook Market, like looking at weights. I'm like, man, I could buy this rack of weights for $1,000. I go on Facebook Marketplace, is $99 because someone's moving or something, and it's like a really cool weight set. Facebook Marketplace is a vibe. So I think it's about, it's not about your resources, definitely your resourcefulness. If you absolutely do not, you know, this is not about not like skipping on your rent to join VRA. That's not the message. But a lot of us can find some opportunities. And I think the other one is, you know, auditing maybe those, you know, monthly charges on your credit card and whatnot. Cause sometimes it's like, oh shoot, there's some stuff that I could cancel that I'm really not using, or rebudgeting a little bit for extra things. I think the one other thing I would say, though, that makes this program different than other programs is, in a way, if you say, you know, I can't afford it right now, it's kind of why you should join. And what I mean is, if we're actually going to make a dramatic change to our financial situation, and I say this stuff like, you know, like very, like, empathetically, you know what I mean? I don't know. I've been in weird rooms of high pressure sales where I've seen weird manipulation stuff happen, but I can only tell you my own story. I remember one time, I was in a seminar and I heard a guy talking about his offer, and it was actually about kind of like general, it was called the Ultimate Success Bundle, sold by this guy named Dr. Dave Martin. And I remember hearing him speak, and I just knew I wanted to change in my life. I wanted something to, you know, change. I wanted to create a different future. And this probably would have been maybe 2007, 2008, like kind of not even like YouTube era, right? You know, although I'd started for the church. And at the time, I remember like looking at my wife, and it was a stretch to invest in this program, but I was like, I think I really want to do this. And I was like, there also sometimes comes a question of getting your spouse, because sometimes it's like, well, I want to do it, but I got to get my spouse's buy-in. And I was saying something to the tune like, I really want to do this, and I'm really going to commit to this. Sometimes that's all it takes to get the spouse buy-in, is like they would do it, but like if you've like tried 10 other things and your follow through, the reason they're not buying in with you is you like, I'm not just going to join a program, but I'm going to really follow through. That's like that spouse conversation. And we did it. And I remember at the time, it was CDs, you know, it gives you the era. I got the Ultimate Life Bundle on CDs, and I had a Nordic track, which is it was like wood skis. Like I got it from my mom, and they had these handles as if you were going to be a cross-country skier, like piece of exercise equipment. And I would listen to these albums, and my mindset started to transform, and my thinking started to transform. It was much more about actually a whole baseline set of skills for even just like motivation and performance and mindset and all this stuff. And so I share that because the transformation happened for me in the transaction. The information was incredible. And the process of going through it was transformational, but it changed me to even step out and take a risk. That's not to say that this is exactly right for you, War with the Flesh. Again, you got to look at your own bank account, your own bills and all that stuff and see what you can flip on eBay. But maybe somebody needs to hear that. If something is going to change in your life, you got to do something that you haven't done before. And maybe this is actually, maybe it's like, you're kind of like, this is kind of weird. I've never invested in a course or program or whatever. And like, you know, what's the difference with this? Or can I just watch free YouTube videos? You could try, but it's not a guided implementation experience. It's just more information. And there's all kinds of conflicting advice. And a lot of people lie. You'd be shocked. You know, they lie about the results. So you can check our brand and our reputation and our track record and our case studies and stuff. But what I just want to encourage you is, if you're thinking like, I can't afford it, it's like why you should join, because we're talking about a skill set of learning how to rank videos, learning these 20 ways of making money, putting a money plan together and implementing that and growing a skill set that will, you know, grow with you over time. I know I've gone long here, Logan, but the other thing I would say as it pertains to money is back to that was the lesson I learned, that you should buy skills and not stuff. Buy skills and not stuff. You know, we get more stuff. It just fills up, ends up in our garage or ends up back at the Goodwill. And stuff's cool, you know, and toys for kids is awesome. But when you buy skills, and what I want to encourage you is not even just, actually, I think I have it's like a story here. I haven't shared this, but I put it at the end. I didn't even get to it. Like what you learn inside of Video Ranking Academy is way bigger than YouTube and Video Ranking Academy. It's human psychology. It's online marketing. It's making money online in many different ways. And it's a skill set. And I'll never forget when I heard the story of Jeffrey and Kristen Lascola, power members in our community still. This is an older screenshot. They were pastors in Oceanside, California. And then they launched out to do YouTube full time, but they didn't have, it wasn't working yet. Like it wasn't like generating enough money to support their family. But what Jeffrey did is they joined Video Ranking Academy when they were just getting started. And Jeffrey studied VRA, consumed all the modules. And then he was like, oh, cool. Like this program will turn you into a YouTube expert. And essentially it'll also turn you into like a YouTube consultant. So he had an idea. He was like, wow, I just learned how to do YouTube from Sean while we're building Ministry Coach. I'm going to go to local businesses in Oceanside and see if they would want help with YouTube and with marketing. And he went and talked to a bunch of businesses. All of them said no, except for one. And he pitched them $5,000 a month for 6 months. That became $30K of income. And he pitched like a YouTube channel manager service. Now, I'm not trying to get us distracted here. I'm not saying that's what you should do, but do you actually realize that the role of YouTube channel manager is one of the most desired and understaffed roles for like millions of small business owners and entrepreneurs, as well as creators that grow. And so this creator economy thing isn't going backwards, it's going forwards. And you're learning, again, when you buy stuff, it wears out, but when you buy skills, they pay out. So that's all I mean. And when it comes to thinking about the investment, it's like, that's why I say if you have money and you could get funds or you have access to the funds, very sensitive about people taking out, credit or loans or things like that. And that's not suggesting what you do necessarily. It actually is something I did in 2009. I took out a $6,000 loan from prosper.com to help me start the Clear Vision Media, video production business I was doing. I bought a DSLR, I bought some other things. And I started to invest in video, and I was doing client work while I also started doing YouTube. My point is, if you have the money or you have access to the money, then what's stopping you? Because this isn't just a pair of, sneakers or clothes or exercise equipment that ends up in your garage. It's a whole transformation that is where the whole world is and where the world is going. businesses, brands, churches are all thinking brand, personal brand, social media, YouTube. And so you just never know what doors YouTube is going to open for you. I've gone long and I'm going to go longer, Logan. But you know what's crazy is Nathan, I recently posted in the general tab of our Slack group 20 reasons why our mission matters at Think Media. And we're on a mission to help 1 million purpose-driven individuals create a full-time living, making a difference in the world with YouTube and online video, and to help them achieve that success without losing their soul. Now, we went through all these 20 reasons. I don't have time for that, but it was stuff like because traditional education system is graduating millions of people every year, but it's not teaching them how to build an audience or get attention. It's not teaching them how to generate income on their own terms. Traditional education is not teaching people how to use their voice to change the world. It's because 31 million small business owners in America are invisible online and they're bleeding customers through the competition. So this was 20 reasons why our mission matters. Here's what was interesting. One of our team members, Nathan, said this. He said, because even a small YouTube channel, he added reason 21, because even a small YouTube channel can change the trajectory of your life. It can open doors for jobs, clients, friendships, and opportunities around the world. I've seen it personally, and my channel has helped me build connections, create income, and eventually open doors to full-time work. He works at Think Media. So it's interesting. It's like Nathan's full-time on YouTube, working from home, super cool, flexible job, getting flown out places, steak dinners, whatever. Like actually, I mean, just, and there's, you'd be shocked on all these opportunities. I'm just thinking this was a surprise. We went to NAB and a brand took us to the most ridiculous breakfast, like English tea breakfast. And Nathan, who's in his early 20s, YouTube gives people leverage options and a way to expand their influence beyond their current circumstances. So I was like, bro, that's so inspiring. That was his response to why our mission matters. And it's like, I shared Jeffrey Lascola's story with you. And by the way, Ministry Coach now is continuing to grow. Their main YouTube channels continue to grow, but you just never know. That's the point, Logan, as I'm landing the plane. He said, you don't know what jobs or clients or friendships. Is it going to exactly look like the creative path is not always super linear. Does it look like you growing this huge channel and getting all this stuff? You might make some pivots along the way. But I know this, that when you start to invest in skills and you just reduce buying stuff, then skills pay out. And it could be in a lot of ways that you don't necessarily know what it'll look like. And you're going to learn so many skills that'll lead to opportunities. You're making moves, you're making momentum. This program is so transformational for a lot of reasons. And those are kind of a few thoughts about finding a way to invest in it if you're serious.
Speaking of, somebody that just jumped into the chat is Richard Corby, or Corbel, Wildland Learning Experience, said VRA is so worth it. So worth it. He sold a bunch of stuff, Sean, to get into Video Ranking Academy.
Wow.
You've helped him with his thumbnails. He has the wildland firefighting, and he is getting so close to monetization. Joined VRA, I believe, less than a year ago, and it's been such a privilege to watch him grow. And he was dedicated. He knew he had come to many live events before actually jumping into Video Ranking Academy. But once he decided to take the plunge and sell stuff on Facebook Marketplace and eBay and really put his seatbelt on, he said, I'm doing this. He's gone all in and he is getting so close to monetization. I'm so excited for you, Richard. So he is just one of the channels, Sean, that have done that exact same thing and are reaping a harvest and a reward from what they went through to invest into Video Ranking Academy. Now, this really is my last thing, Sean. One thing that I think stands out about Video Ranking Academy to me,
Side note, this is so cool. I mean, thank you, Logan, for sharing that. 2,800 watch hours so far. Congratulations. 1,004 subscribers. So now we just got to close the gap on those watch hours.
Amazing.
And it's all because of Sean, all of it. Well, I appreciate that. And let me encourage you. I get the sentiment of your comment and I receive it. And I humbly say thank you. But I also want to shout out, it's all because of you, Sean, and you, Logan. And it's all because of now the Think Media coaches. And it's all because of this community. It's all because of Craig Pruitt, who is even the next VRA is getting better. In the early days, I probably got less credit than I deserved because for sure I came up with the 7 R's and built this program and continue. But these days I might get more credit than I deserve. What you're investing in, y'all, is a whole community and a lot of really cool, smart people. And what I mean is the staff, Logan, and Craig and Nathan, some of the people you see, Nathan Eswine, the co-host of the Think Media podcast, our coaches, like we're here for y'all. And so I appreciate it, but I want to shout them out as well. You know, it's a whole team effort right now. So.
True. We've got some pretty epic coaches and staff here at Think Media, and it's all people that are in your corner. When you join Video Ranking Academy, we're really here to help you on your content creation journey. And there was one other question, or really, oh, so sweet. So here we go. Love right back to you, VRA fam. So good to see you here. My biggest holdback is I've done these programs and never saw any success. I'm usually left to the wolves to figure it out. And Sean, before I let you answer this, I did just want to say, when you join Video Ranking Academy, I know you hear us saying, oh, there's people around you, there's community. There's a thriving and abundant group of creators that are on YouTube that are in a private community space that you get to have access to. These are people who are just starting out. These are people that have 500,000 subscribers. Kimberlea is one that comes to mind, who's still active in this private group, giving you feedback, saying, you're asking a question, hey, how do I figure out how to name my YouTube channel? She's normally the one that's like, hey, have you thought about this or XYZ? So there's a wide range of creators that are also in your corner. It's not just the Think Media team. It's not just the course and the program, but it truly is an incredible group of creators. And we get to meet weekly on live streams. We have a bunch of different coaching events every single month. And one of those is a monthly meetup where we are on Zoom face-to-face with creators. And it's really like an accountability, but also a time for you to connect with others. So Sean, I just wanted to speak to the community aspect of, yeah, you're not alone in feeling like, oh, great, I joined this thing and now I have to figure out this all by myself and no one's actually answering my emails and I haven't heard from anybody on the team and I need help. That is not how we do it here at Think Media. And like Sean said, there is a whole team to support you in the email inbox, in the community, in the live stream coaching events that are specifically curated for creators and where you're at on your YouTube journey. So I just wanted to speak to the community aspect, Sean, and I'll pass it over to you on how you see VRA being different.
I mean, I couldn't really say it better. And I'd say this, like number one, you know, I don't want to disparage other people out there, but I hear you. I would say I would just validate what you're feeling. Unfortunately, and you know, we can get lumped into this group as well. And we all see it, like everybody on here. Unfortunately, the online marketing space, the course space, the problem with it is when you say online marketing, that's what a lot of people are mostly obsessed with. They might be good marketers, but the product sucks or the product's inferior or you're left to the wolves to figure it out or it's outdated or, you know, whatever. So it's like, it was good at one time. And, you know, you're saying that, so have I. I've invested in some programs too and been left to the wolves, you know? And so that can happen. But what I would encourage you is our aim at our company, you know, we're not perfect. We're going to make some mistakes, but I think our core values and our practical things, your experience speak to it. One of our core values is built to last. And I think the problem with the internet is a lot of times people are in short-term mindset, like maybe big promises, cash grab, the whole crypto thing, rug pulls. It's a cold world out there. So who can you trust? Well, you know, I wouldn't even say you can know if you can trust us yet, if we're just meeting. You could hang out. Someone said, they mentioned, you know, they joined Video Ranking Academy. They watched us for a year and got to observe our integrity and our brand and our consistency. But I also would just encourage you some peace of mind that you do have a 30-day money back guarantee. So for at least, you could jump in a day and if we're doing a transaction together, there's like a level of trust on both sides of that. I'd be trusting you and I'm willing to take that risk for you to just, you know, maximize and take 30 days to just, you know, take everything and then refund anyways. We've had people tell us that was their plan. They're like, my plan was to do that. They're like so bold, you know, and they're like, and I did it. I saw the community and I saw the support, but that's why we want to give you a chance to test drive it and see if you like it. And the other thing I could say is also, some of those programs, they might still be around, but a lot of people are gone. Built to last is not easy. And it's not just being good at marketing, it's being good at product. It's being obsessed. It's why our newest thing, VRA Fast Start, is a guided learning experience and not a bloated online course, because it's to drive you towards fast results with the minimum, what do they call it? Minimum viable dose, minimum effective dose, MED. They talk about that in health if you're biohacking. Like, what is the minimum amount I need? There's that book, The 4-Hour Body by Tim Ferriss. Like, what is the minimum amount of hours I would need to work out per week? Like, very little. If I do a certain type of exercise efficient way, what's the minimum effective dose? You're busy. This program is optimized to drive you towards results. But then on the flip side, and I know all kinds of different companies are different, but you're seeing Logan. I don't know, Logan, how many coaches we have? 7 right now, maybe. We got content creators, we got support staff, like it's a whole team. And, we're only 10 years old, but in a 10-minute upstart, sketchy, vibe coded, overpromised AI tool that is way overrated, made last night. It's going to be here today, gone tomorrow. I'm not disparaging people out here doing their thing, but that's how we're trying to be different. One of our other core values is love above all. It's like we're at least striving to create a legit community where we care, we're sincere, our mission is real to us. And then again, it's also up to your own effort, of course, too. This isn't a magic bullet. It's your level of implementation and follow through. But the cool thing is you're getting lifetime access for $1,300 to all of VRA Fast Start, VRA updates in the future, and the AI tools. Yeah, I think you're going to love it. And I think you could at least test drive it. And if you don't love it for any reason, just email us, say you're not happy. We'll refund your money.
Awesome. Yeah. I'm so glad you touched on the lifetime access. Sean, that is so cool. I know I work here, but I love that we do that. So if it does feel like a stretch of selling things and getting into VRA, once it's paid, you have lifetime access and you get access to the VRA upgrades as well. When we update foundations and masters, you're going to get those automatically applied as a lifetime member. So
hey, I love this. It doesn't need for me to say this, because what I want to say is number one, when VRA students, we're not paying people. Oh, he probably is.
True.
We're not paid. Our students are showing up to watch this live stream in this class. I didn't know, Brandon was going to be here, but that's amazing. I mean, VRA took him from 0 to 9,000 subs, 1 million views, 2,000 in AdSense in 5 months. Okay, Brandon, you can jump off the stream now. I'll Venmo you the money. I'm just kidding. You know what I mean? These are real people. And when I'm riffing a little bit on the online course industry. I've been around. I've been in some weird green rooms. I've been around some sketchy people. I've been at the events. And listen, there could be extremes. It's not everyone is bad and not everyone is good. And there's shady people out there, selfish people out there. And there's some things that they're not all, it's a lot of spectrum. They're not all some of those programs that you invested in, maybe they're even a part of your journey. You know what I mean? You learned some things that shaped you along the way. It's about moving forward, not getting cynical or jaded, right? But I've watched, you want some insider stuff in the online course industry? When you start to know everybody or a lot of people, and then you go to someone's website, and now mind you, it's not that, you go to someone's website and I'll be they have their offer and they got the 3 testimonials on there, pictures of people's faces. And then they got the text below it. I'm bro, those are your friends. Because I'm I know everybody on this page. Now, listen, I'm not saying they didn't help their friends. I'm not saying they didn't, but sometimes I've been your program has no real testimonials, no real transformation that I can see beyond your 3 friends that I know that you're hey, bro, I'm launching a new thing. And so, yeah. But when you look at those types of things has had me less about I heard Martin Luther King Jr. say, I don't want to curse the darkness. I want to light a match instead. It's again, I don't want to disparage anybody or be critical, But I'm obsessed personally as the founder of this thing and with Logan and our culture is like, listen, again, I'm sure we make mistakes and we're trying to improve our program or, stand by everything we're doing. Every business has got struggles and internal and staffing and, other challenges. But our ethic is like, yo, we're out here obsessed with student success, real results, honesty, like real testimonies that are just not exaggerated, that are exactly what happened in real timelines. And, it's like an ethic where we have wanted to be different. And I say all that as a preamble to two things. Number one, when I show this, first of all, we did it in Monday.com is where we tracked student success. And like, how do you even know that, Sean? Well, what we did was we took like a Monday.com board, which is like a software, and we had like our emerging, that'd be under 1,000 subs, and then we had up to 10,000, then we had 100,000 and up to 1 million, and then multi-million, and we counted the views, and we like had this whole thing. Well, recently, shout out to the positive use of AI. Our AI expert, Brian on the team, vibe coded a whole student site of the amount of stories we have. It is insane. And then the site works better to calculate the views. And so we're like meticulously tracking student success. Sean, you just asked your friends. I don't have that many friends. There's no way I could have, hey, could you like look at the receipts, look at the results. And I guess I am bragging on our students and our team and our program, but I know of no online program that has anywhere near the transformation. And by the way, I've invested in, I've bought courses off pages where I'm like, I know that's your three homies. Cause there's a lot to learn for people, but this program's legit. And if you want to join and, just try it out and then, it's not right, no big deal. Just ask for a refund. But I'm convinced that when you join VRA today, you'll thank me later.
Agreed. I know I've said this like 10 times. Truly, this is my last question, and then I'm out of here, Sean. Yes, I'd like to know if vidIQ is required if you have VRA. I was wondering because they contradict with titles and thumbnails that they find. This person is in VRA, so I believe that they're referencing our ChatGPT title tools that we created, which are incredible and psychologically created, getting into the mind, the psychological behavior of the viewer. That is how our AI tools are created here at Think Media. So it should be a little bit different than vidIQ because I think they maybe curate theirs a little bit different. And we use vidIQ here at Think Media as an analytics tool. And our coaches here say, hey, if you are a creator, one, you should be looking at your analytics and getting into your channel analytics. And for us, we use it mainly as a tool for that. And then we have our tools here, ChatGPT tools. So the cruising nurse, if that's what you're referring to, I would lean towards the AI tools inside of VRA before heading over to vidIQ because there is a psychological behavior built in to those title tools, the channel optimization tool, the niche finder tool, all of the rank strategist tools. So Sean, I'll let you touch on that as well. And then I'll stop pulling questions up on screen.
So number one, it's not required. You can absolutely succeed with VRA without vidIQ. Number two, we do love it and we do recommend it. And then I would say number three, there's good days and bad days for AI. Like, I'll be transparent with you. Our title tool, like someone just said, it's better. Like it's really good. Like VRA seems to be better than vidIQ for titles and thumbnails. I agree. But here's what can happen. And this is just the nature of the good thing is you're investing in an asset with a real staff that's engaged in fixing things. And vidIQ is doing the same. Meaning I know Rob, the founder, but like, here's what can happen. Our current title tool is built on ChatGPT, but it's private and only for our members. And, ChatGPT will go from 3.0 to 3.3 to 4.2, like the version. And sometimes when the version updates, all of a sudden everything starts to suck. Like AI can be fickle. And then you go like thumbnails, like these thumbnail generation tools. Some days you're like, whoa, that was a great thumbnail. Like it looks like me. And then some days you're like, this is garbage and I just wasted. And I think that's the nature that AI models are changing and they're always being updated. So it's like almost never been more important to like bet on humans using AI. Because if somebody like, vibe codes a tool one time, you're in trouble. You know, like if they're not like still around, just like that product gets orphaned. It gets like it's a dead end and it doesn't, and things change. So and that's encouraging that if there's been moments where vidIQ, the thumbnail results or something like wasn't great. The cool thing about vidIQ is there's like 26 other reasons to be using it, even if you didn't use it for thumbnails, keyword research, other cool things that it does. Someone even mentioned, can we do a deep dive of vidIQ? Yeah, it is. And in the VRA update that's being rolled out really in the next 3 months, the vidIQ stuff's probably out in about 60 days. We're doing a whole new run of like internal teaching on vidIQ. So you'll be getting access to that. I'd be happy to do like a live stream here too and roll through some things. But that's all I'd say. vidIQ is not required. And what I would say is like, if they're a thumbnail tool, which that's not something I'm pumped about yet, but that's just, they didn't even used to do that. Like it's a new tool. They're working it out. And by the way, there's also people getting incredible results with it. So these tools are evolving. Good news, you don't have to use vidIQ if you don't want, but that's, by the way, when we are offering you lifetime access, think about that. Like economically, I understand, $1,300, at scale, look what you guys are doing. Yeah, but also you get our updated and reprogrammed and improved tools as we're here, always working on this stuff. Mid 2027, when things change a little bit, beginning of 2028, when now it's not Claude or ChatGPT. It's like, this whole thing's evolving. And so this is not just a 45-day guided transformation experience. If all you got was that, I mean, I think it would be actually worth the investment if all you did was the VRA fast start piece. But this is an asset and we're here for you to grow over the years. So that kind of took it to a different place. But yeah, we love vidIQ. You don't even have to use all their tools to get a lot of benefit for them, but you don't need to join vidIQ necessarily today. Now, I hope you're using the free version because 100% you could start seeing the VPH and some of that stuff by just signing up for the free version and installing vidIQ Vision. And then when the time is right, absolutely, I'd recommend vidIQ and we'll do some more teaching on that. That's a great point too. Again, vidIQ is awesome. Customer service, and we're here too. I think our customer service is great as well. It's actually one reason why I would almost say they're kind of like, we have like an alliance with them. We love them. And so that's, if any tool in any given moment, I'm like, just give it a second. It's about to be great. And when you know who's behind it and you know who you're betting on. So that's a great point, Juliet.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sean, for letting me be here with you today. And truly, if you are on the fence of jumping into Video Ranking Academy, I just want to encourage you, try it out. Why not? We're still in Q2 of 2026. This could be the year that you go full-time on YouTube, and we would love to help you partner and make that dream come true. And we would love to see you at the onboarding call. I would personally love to see you there and get to see where your channel's at right now. And it's always so fun 4, 5, 6 months down the road to be able to celebrate with creators and say, hey, remember when you jumped in and this is where you're at? Look at you now. So I am honored to have been here with you today, Sean. Thank you so much if you're in the chat for letting me be here as well and get to answer some questions and see the community here. So with that being said, I'll pass it back to you, Sean.
Yeah, thank you, Logan. And hey, y'all, I mean, we've been 3 hours and 9 minutes. So thanks if you've been here the whole stream or you're just jumping on. Super, super grateful for you being a part of this training. If you are just joining, you can watch the replay here for a limited time. So definitely take advantage of that. You're watching and you're chatting here. If you haven't actually hit the like button yet, and there's 116 of us at this exact moment, can you hit the like button? That'd help, might as well. Juliet, check out the replay. That'll be there for you. And then, there's no coupon code for attending today, but if you do go to joinvra.com, you could be assured that you are getting the best price. And that is a discount, not a coupon code. The floor price of VRA is $1,297. There's not a place you can find it for cheaper on the internet than that. And the exclusive bonuses and everything else that you're going to get are all listed out on that page. So the cool thing is that page will give you all the information you need to know, how much time is left, exactly what you can get, the different payment plans, FAQs. So go to joinvra.com and all of your answers are there. No coupon code needed. You'll be getting the best price. I'm excited for, there you go, the URL on screen. You can type in joinvra.com. But listen, we've covered a lot and we will be back here. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you can always click the subscribe button. We have podcasts that come out every week as well. And in the meantime, really want to send you love, respect, and gratitude. Congratulations to everyone joining us that's already joined inside of VRA, as well as the VRA fam that was watching today. And I appreciate you. My name is Sean Cannell, your guide to building a profitable YouTube channel. And we will talk soon. Peace.